it worse. Feels good, looks good. Ben. No, that's S having a play. What did you say? Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna adjust S camera. Yeah. That's me.
First. And we would like to welcome our field umpire, Ross Everett, club umpires who make our great game possible each week.
And a big welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin for round 3 in the NTFL. The Darwin Buffaloes up against Wanderers. Wanderers, of course, the reigning premiers with that stunning win in the grand final against St Mary's last week. Their season has started terrifically well for the Eagles, but a number of in and outs might make this game a lot closer than a lot of people think. The Buffaloes have been calling them the baby Buffs for about 4 years. Some of them are matured and very good footballers now, so they come into this game pretty confident they can take the points here. They need it. They haven't won a game yet. They're in 7th position. 2 outings, no wins, but all close results, and Wanderers with their 2 outings terrific. They come into this game, Wanderers, after a pretty solid win over Waratahs last week, 89-39, so it was a terrific win to the Eagles by 50 points. And poor old Darwin, they got so close to Saints, their major rivals, and have been for 50 odd years, St Mary's, but Saints got home by a point, would you believe it? Darwin with a chance to kick a goal right on the siren. They mucked it up and Saints got home by a point. Joining me in commentary, 5 times premiership player with St Mary's. He's won the Nichols Medal medal. That's the equivalent of the Brownlow, if you like, if it was in the AFL. He's won that twice, Thunder Premiership player. And he's also the St Mary's women's runner. That's what makes him important. Jared Island is with us.
Yeah,
g'day, Jared.
Absolutely, mate. That is the most important achievement on that stat. Unfortunately, our team went down to Tracy Village earlier today by 3 points.
You didn't give away a free kick by being inside the 50?
No, I didn't. But I'm very wary of that.
Jared, I've got to say too, you're a bit of a football journeyman. You played for Port Adelaide in the SANFL in Canberra with Belconnen and Shepparton with the Swans in Shepparton as well.
Yeah, Golden Valley League. Yeah, so chased that red thing around for a very long time, Charlie.
How many senior games?
I mean, the NTFL is combined of around 200, but I'm not sure, to be honest.
Around Australia, it'd be 400, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I'll have to go back and use all my fingers and toes to count them up. But
I could count all mine.
It provided plenty of opportunity, and I'm very happy with that.
Kieran Davis will look after the stats for us. We'll hear from him a little later on. But good game in front of us. That premiership table belies what the closeness of these two teams, I think.
I think we're in for a really exciting game of football. I just love the way these clubs go about it, and they're actually got to match fire with fire in terms of skill, pace, just that raw talent that is coming through both clubs. I think Wanderers will have a little bit more to throw at the Buffaloes in terms of height, in terms of structure, but I think we're in for a very exciting game of footy.
Let's have a look at some of the key players in here. What about Wanderers? I mean, so many players missing out. Aaron Motlop's not playing, the champion player. Daniel Motlop, of course, had that illustrious AFL career. He played last week. He's not playing this week. Quite a Mitchell Taylor, another player that's not playing for the Eagles. So they're giving a few a rest, but they're still pretty strong, I reckon.
It's quite scary, Charlie. In for them this week, and I'll just touch on some of the big names, but Malcolm Lynch, Daniel Wheater, Josh Cabillo and Adam Cook. So there's some significant talent and experience in that space. But Malcolm Lynch, 27 years of age, originally from the Tiwi Islands, played. I spent some time at the AFL with the Western Bulldogs, debuted against the Fremantle Dockers in 2007, and also spent some time at North Melbourne. So he's one that's certainly going to provide a fair bit of drive for them through the middle. And Nathan Jakura, I think, is in Nichols medal winning form, even though it's round 2.
Jared, what happens to those huddles? You've been there many times. Look, we just saw Wanderers down that other end near the Wanderers Clubhouse, which is the northern end of TIO Stadium here. That's down the southern end, commonly known as the St Mary's end. You see the Buffaloes there in a huddle. What happens in there? Who talks? What do they talk about?
Yeah, it's normally the captain's last chance to gear the boys up, really. All the coaches have said their pieces. It's the last chance to just make sure you got that commitment to each other, and then away you go. And I'll quickly touch on some. Spent some time at the VFL as well. So I think, again, his pace and an ability to create something out of nothing is going to be very valuable for the Buffaloes in this game.
Well, they'll play the first part of the game in the heat of the day, 4:30, but the second half it'll be getting close to the sun going down, so it'll be a little cooler for them. Good match in front of us. Over on the Tiwi Islands, the Tiwi Bombers are hosting St Mary's, and St Mary's lead over there, 7 goals, 4 to 5-9 in a close contest. And earlier here in the Division 1 match, good win to the Eagles over the Buffs, 11-8 to 10-8, so just a goal. Just going to go right down to the wire. Give us your tip and who's going to win and why.
I think Wanderers will win. I think they've just got too much firepower, especially in the big man department. I'll say by 3 goals. I'm expecting an exciting game of football.
Now, Kieran, if you put up one hand, that means you think Wanderers. If you put up 2 hands, you'll think it's Tiwi. You'll think it's Darwin. The one hand's going up. So the statistician tells us Wanderers are going to win. They win the tap out of the middle. That's John O'Miles doing the ruck work. He was good last week, I must say that. Good player.
Provide plenty of the football to their on ballers.
Big thump down forward, deep to the forward line. A little bit of holding on Christian Shield there. He's the other ruckman for Wanderers. No free kick and the ball rolls over the boundary line.
And we spoke about that combination last week. It provides Wanderers the ability to put Miles in the ruck, and you can see how dominant he can be in that space, and provides a big target up forward with Shields playing out of the square.
Gee, who's going to get the job on Jakura down there? That's going to be a big ask for Darwin.
Look, I don't know if someone's going to actually tag on him. I think they're going to back themselves to win the football. But obviously they're going to have to keep an eye on him, and it's going to minimise his impact on the game. So
Darwin sent it back to the other end. He's been down in the SANFL playing. Here's Simon Bates out on the boundary line. That's Marcus Totham, who's such a good player, and he's the son of the great David Totham, and he saw that over the boundary line.
Yeah, look, promising future in front of him. We've seen 3 of his games. Well, this is the 3rd game we've seen of Wanderers now, and he will no doubt grow in confidence as we roll further into the season.
So Chris Morland, it looks like the guy that's going to have the job on Jacura. Handball back there by Darwin off the hands of Cam Stokes. Another good player with lots of ability, but the free kick picked out. And we Buffalo's kick on that far side of the ground.
Yeah, Cam Stokes, we're pretty keen to see him get fit and really fire in the NTFL. Spent some time at Hawthorn, but we know he's a damaging player when he's up and about.
And so that free kick, I'm showing the number off to Kieran if he needs to answer that phone, what number he can actually put in there to make it work for him. So here's the kick. Darwin have it out on that far side of the wing. And no Anderson playing today too. He's been a dangerous player, isn't he, Stephen Anderson?
Yeah, absolutely. Up forward, he certainly finishes each game with a couple of goals, and he's going to be a big out for them. And I think that the outs really hurt Darwin Buffaloes for this game with Matty Campbell and Todd Miles out for the Buffs.
So the searching kick didn't work. Darwin bring it back in straight there into the hands of Cam Stokes. He goes a little wide. They've got the runners at it. They like to take it wide, the Buffs, don't they? We've been talking about them as the young Buffs for a long time. That was a bit of a high tackle. It's okay. Robert Smith with the footy, lost it. Bates got it, tried to get the kick away. That didn't work for him. Almost went to Adam Cook. He didn't get it for Wanderers. Bates doing the extra work. Handball over the top was a good one. Now the handball over to Cook. Goals are open, lines up and kicks out to the right, misses everything. Goals were open. Golden opportunity gone begging for the Eagles.
That's right. Good pressure there from Buffaloes and Josh Savika. I haven't heard his name. Don't know if he's played too much senior football, but good pressure on that occasion to push the ball out of bounds on the full.
Buffs from the back pocket. Kick it out towards a half back line. Big climb from the back there for Darwin by Moroney. Didn't work. Couldn't get his hands on. That's a high tackle. Umpire's going to pick the free kick out of here. Darwin are going to get it. Back there, Robert Smith. He's got a couple of touches already. He's just a little fella.
Early touches in the game always works well for backmen.
Yeah, that's right. They've got to use it well. Ball forced over the boundary line. So Adam Cook involved in it early, and across there also was number 22, Josh. Josh played, where was it, North Adelaide he played for? In the SA. Oh, well, they're almost exactly the same. Here's the throw in. Straight down and straight out of the hands of the Eagles there. And Jeffrey, he didn't get it. Jeffrey on the charge now, almost got the tackle, but it didn't work either. Darwin with the ball go down to ground there after being tackled. Little, I think he's from Atten, goes to ground. They got him, Eagles. They're not going to let him out, ball up.
They're certainly going in with a lot of fire, especially in front of the crowd, and we know there's a very vocal following for both of these clubs, so even getting on top early to bring the crowd into it will help them.
Jacura couldn't get it, and nor could Jerome Motlop. They emerge with the footy, though, and that's Jared Erlandson. He gets on his bike and he goes down towards the forward line. He wants Christian Shield, who got right over the top. They worked pretty hard there, Darwin, to clear it out through Damien Williams, who was terrific last week. I think it was him that had that shot at goal right at the end of the game to win the match, and it didn't work. Let's hope he gets his confidence back today.
He'll be looking to make amends, that's for sure, and it's a good matchup for Darwin Buffaloes. Damien Williams, he might look a little bit outsized against Shields up forward, but his leap and his ability to read the play will make up for that.
Now this is a long-winded thing, you know, Joe Davey. Remember the great Joe Davey, his brother Damien Davey?
Yes.
That's Damien's dad.
Yes.
It's a bit like Darwin footy, isn't it? They're all connected somewhere. It's a massive leak up. Ball towards the boundary line. Darwin come away with a good handball too there. Straight into the hands of Jared Stokes. Away he goes up forward. Get to the 50-metre line. Bouncing ball. Delivery in the forward line. Not that good. Gave it to Hollyman. Hollyman's a bit of a goal kicker. Here's Darwin with a chance from wide out. They miss everything. Minus score, I reckon's a result. It is. And so the first score of the match is taken about 5 minutes, Jared, and it's a behind to the Darwin Buffaloes.
Yeah, number 17, Darcy Peckham Hunter. Now we're going to have to come up with a rule for the hyphenated names.
Yep, but you can only, you've got to choose one. Otherwise we'll pick it.
First score to Darwin.
Kick out here. Here's Jacura with a good handball over the top. She's a good player, Jacura. I reckon he's on best on ground last couple of games.
Absolutely.
Kick forward over the top, and they tried to put it into the hands there of John O'Miles. They've got the big man down. I'm not sure if that's going to work. John O'Miles kicked a couple of goals last week. He didn't get this one. Kicked it out of bounds and might have been out of bounds on the full. In fact, it was.
It's a pleasing sign. Contesting actually roving it as well. I'm sure Dean Rioli would like some little guys underneath there to make some quicker decisions, but unfortunately Wanderers having a couple of scoring shots but haven't been able to get on the board.
I'm not sure the Eagles have got it right down there yet, you know, down in that forward line. There was a good chance to mark it down there, Calvin Wilson. But the ball goes over the boundary. I just thought Cook would be better down at forward than Christian Shield. They went with him last week. I'm not sure he's a full forward, you know. I think he's more a centre half.
Yeah, I think that one is more about the rotation in the ruck. So to give the ruckman an absolute best chance of having a rest, put them at full forward.
Neil Vevey in the back there, and that number 13 there is Murray Little.
Well, there's no love lost there between Philip Wells and Neil Vevey coming off Thunder contracts. They're into it and showing some very strong sides towards each other.
Little push out there, sent one player to the ground there, was Passmore. So last week we saw high skill footy. This week's a little scrambly earlier on, but gee, it's some hot, tough conditions. That's a great kick forward, wasn't it? Good defensive work at the back. Cruz got there, knocked it to ground, then socketed the ball off the ground. Thought better of picking it up. It finishes up in the hands here for Darwin. They can go forward with Cam Stokes. Lines up from a long way out and misses again. Minor score. How important is it, Jared? I mean, you've just earlier on, when you get a shot, you've got to convert, haven't you?
Especially for the Darwin Buffaloes there, where Jalen Clark, I really liked him coming out with a bit of intent. He was fierce at the footy, and that's how they created a shot at goal. And again, if Cam Stokes can kick them early goals, just puts a lot of pressure on the Wanderers.
Marcus Totham, this exciting youngster, there he is in the back pocket, standing on the mark. Liam Philpott. Gee, experienced a big difference there. That kick was turned straight over, and it'll come straight back from where it came from and give Darwin a chance here. Kick around the body for Darwin, but Jared Stokes rolls into the goal square. No, it doesn't. Where's it gone? Free kick back there to Wanderers, and they can take it out wide to the running Simon Bates. He's telling me his story. He's been playing for about 4 years. He spent 2 of them with a broken hand, and then he got it fixed and went back and broke it again. And he's just saying, this year I want to be best player in their grand final a couple of years ago. Here's a shot from a long way out. This is Fijo kick. It's contagious.
Well, whoever can settle the quickest. Some scoreboard die to the St Mary's end, as we call it, as a scoring end.
Okay, well, the breeze is blowing that way, so Wanderers kicking with the breeze, Darwin uphill. And so here's the ball in the hands here of Woodley. And Woodley thumps it up high. Kick and hope this is. And always the big man was going to get the mate. You never kick and hope towards a big man from the opposition, do you?
No, that was great work by Cruz. His body just to get it in between the Darwin Buffalo's opponent and allow Christian Shields to take that mark uncontested was brilliant.
So Christian Shields kick up towards the 50-metre line. Cook got his hands on it, lost it. Handball came out to him. Backwards under pressure. They got him. They held it up. Ooh, the crowd wanted a free kick out of that. He had the prior opportunity for the ball held up.
Yeah, and again, I'll call his name, Josh. Some great second efforts there. He's got a big task having to man on Adam Cook, who's got a lot of experience in premiership play with Wanderers.
Jordan Jeffrey with the reach over the son, of course, of Russell Jeffrey. Ball in the hands underneath the foot. He thought of playing on for a second and then changed his mind, and from almost all but directly out in front from about 25 metres he'll have a shot.
He wasn't quite sure if the ball went the required distance where he went to look to play on, but one of my...
Adam Cook kicks for goal, and what's he done? He slotted it, I reckon. Goal to the Eagles to Cook.
Yeah, great work, and that's what we expect from Adam Cook. About 35, 40 metres out, a little bit of an angle, but that's what you want from your key forwards. You want them to take those marks, go back and slot the goal. And, yeah, there's just the transition of play then for Wanderers. Scary signs for Darwin Buffaloes if they can't get some pressure coming out of the back line.
Well, about 2 shots, Darwin, at the other end. They're 2 points. Wanderers have gone up and got 1-1. We've seen it before, you know. It'll cost you. I mean, that it's umpires round, isn't it?
It is. It's been really good.
His little kick goes searching upfield, and he tried to get it down to his teammate there, and that just simply didn't work, and he couldn't get to it, Jordan Jeffrey. So it's over the boundary line. So Eagles going out wide. What do you get the opportunity?
What do you think about the green strip, Charlie, for the umpires?
Oh, it's lovely. You know, they're almost you almost can't see them. They blend in with the grass. It's an old umpire's trick. You see the camouflage. Here's the kick. Vevey at the back, come in high, and spillage straight into the hands here of Clark. That's Jalen Clark, who you mentioned a little earlier on. Soccer kick comes back in the direction of Bradley Stokes, ducking his head there and losing the footy. Is that man again working so hard? He's such a good little player. I'm really wrapped in him, Marcus Totham, in defence. He's got some big jobs there. Simon Bates' handball wasn't the best. Made it really teammate. They gave away a free kick. Eagles are going to get it.
It has a big hit on Sean Wilson. Cam Stokes.
One of the Sattler brothers. Do you remember them? They're a country band. Don't know?
No.
Hit off the ball, umpire lets it go, but the away with nice kick straight into the. This man was the most outstanding footballer in the competition, but he's had a bit of a downer for a while. He loses his confidence.
Well, he's drafted to the Western Bulldogs. Unfortunately, they get too much opportunity there, and I think he may have plagued his time, but he's got all the tricks in the world, and I think on that occasion he fluffed the kick by not off one step, trying to kick the ball.
Shields' kick is good. Nice grab too. Jordan Jeffrey got his hands up and then pulled it down in a hurry. Remember in the old days they'd take a mark like that, they'd pull it back over their head behind. You remember that, Jared? You weren't around then. High marks, you pull it back over your head. There's the kick at a strong mark taken.
Williams, yes.
Did he muck this up? And here's Simon Bates onto the loose ball. This is going to roll, and this is going to roll, and this might go all the way. Hind post right in front of the umpire. That's extraordinary. It hit the
result. So
still, he knew that. He knew that. Here's the throw and reach on the back. John O'Miles with the tap down. Darwin come away with it from defence now and handed it straight over, straight into the hands there of Josh Cabillo. Bangs away at goal and kicks another one for the Eagles.
He's too much of a quality player just to gift him the ball off on the back line. But on that occasion, Josh Cabillo just too big, too tall. Very good at dishing it out to his runners and the outside.
Cam Stokes just walked up to him then. He's the minder on Josh Cabillo. Walked up and gave him a pat on the back. Isn't it nice?
Well,
he said, well done. He said, nice goal. You won't get any more, I bet.
No,
was the next bit.
No, he just reminded him that I'm here now. So you're not going to get any more easy ones like that.
I remember I kicked a goal in my first game and someone said to me, you won't kick any more of those. Never did. Next 20 years, Jared. Never got near them. Tap out of the middle. They try to run it. Looking forward to his game here today. If you've just joined us, we're at the TIO Stadium, round 3 of the NTFL. Jared Eilert with me in commentary.
Magpie, so probably looking for some more opportunity, and he provides a little bit of height in the ruck for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Cruise to Marcus Totem. And, well, what was that? Umpire said it might have been thrown, so the handball came back to the player there, Moreland. Just trying to work out who that was. It was actually back there. Here's the Eagles now with the clean-up. From their half-back line, they can come up towards the wing. Shane Thorne. Kick, Cook, under the footy, went too far. Now he's in trouble. Put the handball out the handball that you just could not possibly have grabbed. Good little tap on it. That was Jakura going down there, takes a strong mark inside 50.
And for me, that's his signature move, Nathan Jakura. He will always keep his eyes on the football no matter who's coming down on him, and he backed into that and took a very strong chest mark, not knowing he was coming. Could have been one of his bigger bodies coming bearing down on him as well, but great chest mark, and we expect him to kick the goal.
Had some AFL experience?
Absolutely. A bit of time at Geelong and the Western Bulldogs, and he's still only 27 years of age, so he's still got a lot of footy to offer the Wanderers Football Club.
He's outside 50. He's now inside 50. He lines it up and he gives it plenty. It's got a lot on it. It's a good-looking kick. It looked like it was going to miss and it came back. He knew exactly what he's going to do, and Nathan Jakura gets his first for the match, and the Eagles flexing their muscle here, early stages of the match. 3-1, Darwin 2 points.
And again, the big guys up forward for Wanderers are creating a bit of havoc for the Darwin Buffaloes defenders. I think if Wanderers can get a few more crummers at their feet, they're just going to have too much scoring fire for them.
So if you joined our game, this is where we are, Darwin. And the start of the wet season, humidity up high, conditions pretty tough, breeze blowing to the right of screen, Eagles kicking with it and using it to the best advantage from here. But they win the tap. Darwin out of the middle. Now they need a good clean break here. Ball in the hands there of Moreland, and Moreland's kicked down towards his Clark goes for goal. That's Jalen Clark, and he's missed again.
Yeah, good response.
Doesn't he? Goes with the left boot, kicks it up the 50. Gee, Robert Smith, tiniest player on the field, and he's having a field day. starting to show some good form here. Wills gets around. They tried to get him in a tackle. That was Passmore. He got for the just not quite working.
The options to take us in front of him. Bounces, he would have entered the 50. He would have almost had a shot at goal. That would have been a bit higher percentage option rather than going wide and a grubber kick to Adam Cook.
Players a bit reluctant to do that. Like when they've got a player on a lead, they think, yeah, they're going to say, why don't you give them the handball? Why don't you give them a short kick?
Good, because normally the full forwards yell at you anyway. Why don't you kick it to me?
Yeah. So have a look at the score sheet. Here's the kick. Darwin clearing now out towards the wing. There's the mark taken there by Jeremy Watson. And Watson's kick was pretty good. Now this guy here, this is Keith Murrungurich from over at Gove, or Urukala rather it's called. Gove is the township, Urukala's the Aboriginal community up there in Arnhem Land. And Wanderers and Darwin have a real good deal going with the people over there to bring some players across to play for them.
It's great to see those links being established between remote communities and the NTFL competitions and the clubs.
So Darwin with the footy now. They can clear it from here. Cam Stokes getting plenty of it. Kicks it out wide. Tries to give it off to Liam Philpott. Mucked up the mark, but his clean-up was pretty good. He looks for his teammate there. Finds him too. Sean Wilson takes the mark inside 50. So the kick will be just inside 50, but he is directly out in front. Chance for Darwin's first.
And good work by Dean Holloman there, the full forward, who had every right to try and take that mark, but he realised that his teammate was in front of him in a better position and just cleared the path and allowed him to take an uncontested mark.
So directly out in front, taking a lot of time over the kick. He wants it to be a good one. He's directly out in front. And he's going to go right at it. And he's done the job, hasn't he? It's got the journey, and the accuracy was there, and it's taken him a long time, 20 minutes almost, Darwin get their first goal.
Great goal by Sean Wilson. That's going to give his confidence a big boost, and to get a goal like that into the breeze against the flow of play should give a lot of confidence to the Buffaloes coming into the centre bounce.
So when you look at that scoreline, 3-1 to 1-3, it's 4 shots apiece. What do we read into that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, obviously, accuracy will be the difference at the end of the day, but I think in terms of the amount of possession, and we'll have a look at the stats at quarter time, the amount of possession and scoring shots that Darwin Buffaloes are getting against the breeze should provide a springboard coming into the second quarter.
Yeah, good point. Here's the throw up in the middle. John O'Miles doing the ruck work, and he wins it nicely too. Got it to his to a teammate down there who couldn't get clear. That was Zach Miller down there. People who might remember the great Dusty Miller, Michael Miller, his name, was a Wanderers player back in the 80s. That's his son. Zach, and Wanderers welcome him back. Kick out wide here, bouncing ball. Gave a chance there to Robert Smith. He knocks up getting touches today, this little fella.
That is a great run from the back line. That's what you want to see. And although the bounce didn't favour him, and they're going to turn the ball over here, but that's exactly what you want from your halfback flankers, to create that run.
Mansell went searching down there for Cook. And Darwin can do the hard work here. Cam Stokes, he's cool under pressure, isn't he? Cam Stokes is such an experienced player. Linked it up with a teammate, Jared Stokes, out on the wing. Here's Wilson. Callum Wilson, ball goes to ground, and support comes in a hurry too. Sean Wilson, who kicked that goal a minute ago, brings it back into the corridor almost. They've got players everywhere here, Darwin. Up inside, or almost inside. The kick just wasn't anywhere near good enough. Made it really difficult for Murray. And the Eagles have taken it off him, and they can run fence now.
That doesn't Buffalo's moving forward and just missing that last target into the forward line. Hopefully that doesn't happen throughout the rest of the game.
And they need a key forward, don't they? Murrungurich is not going to be your key forward. He mops it up, doesn't he? Yeah, well, you got Hollyman down at full forward. So a bigger body across the centre forward line is always what you try and aim for, Charlie. But you're not always going to get that in NTFL competition. Although Wanderers have done pretty well this season with Adam Cook. So Christian Shield come late at the back, and I reckon he might have been shepherded out of that. He's going to get a free kick. He was trying to run to the footy, and I reckon they blocked him. He was the ruckman, and he had every right to run at the footy, but they stopped him from doing it. So I'm calling him Christian Shield.
Yeah, well...
You want to go with Shield?
I'm just reading what was on the thing. We'll ring our mate Darryl Window.
Darryl Window will tell us, but I reckon it's Christian
Shield.
Here he has a shot, and what's he done? I think he's kicked it. He has, and that's a pretty good kick. It's a goal. Christian Shield kicks a goal, so the Eagles get 4. So 3/4 time over on the island. St Mary's 11-6, leading the Tiwi Bombers 7-13. So the Saints kicked away in that quarter.
Yeah, I would have rated Tiwi a big chance on their home ground in front of their passionate supporters and their vocal crowd, but Saints are getting the job done so far.
So 4 here now to the Eagles, and that goal there to Shield. So Cook, Shield, Cabillo and Jakura all have goals for the Eagles, and just that one lonely goal scorer there is Sean Wilson. Mark Motlop, who played for Wanderers, and of course I think his son plays for Wanderers, and so does his nephews, and goodness knows what, there's Motlops everywhere. But he's now the coach of Darwin, and he'd be disappointed with what he's seeing here. Here's a shot that's going to miss and go through for a minor score.
Yeah, the accuracy obviously is the main point there, Charlie. But I think in terms of possession, they're keeping in touch with Wanderers, and again, it's going to mark pretty well for the second quarter.
So Darwin in defence. Eagles doing some zone defence here, aren't they? Look at them. They've got a patch of turf to look after, I reckon. The kick's going to come out here in the direction of Peckham Hunter. But that's a great mark, isn't it? Not, was it going to pay that?
It's the goal kicker, Sean Wilson. Great mark.
Terrific mark, Wilson. On defensive 50, takes that bounce and then spears with the right boot. Now this kick is going to make it easy for this man to run on it. This is Murungudic, gets to the footy, does the little turn, the pirouette, bangs it away off the left boot, in front, Tottenham. Great courage and good judgment, takes a strong mark. He's been excellent today. So quarter time here, the Eagles showing why they're the reigning premiers at the moment. 4-2, they lead Darwin Buffaloes 1-3. Get some comments from Jared.
Goal kickers for Wanderers, Nathan Jakura, Josh Cabillo, Christian Shields and Adam Cook, one each for Wanderers, and the sole goal kicker for Darwin is Sean Wilson. So yeah, I think almost 50-50% with the possession on both teams. Better players, I think Jakura, Adam Cook up forward for Wanderers, and Callum Wilson did pretty well in the ruck, but Sean Wilson getting a bit of the footy late in that quarter.
So we'll give you some stats when we come back, but quarter time here, the Eagles holding the ascendancy over the Buffaloes. 4-2, Wanderers lead Darwin 1-4.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet, but we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting and relish the racket or this. Amart Sports has got you with 50 stores at Straight. Get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I don't know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kellogg's make your job easy.
Jane.
Tom! Fire! Matty, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
So second quarter about to get underway here. Just that score check again. The Eagles 4-2 leading Darwin 1-4. It is umpires round. Jared Eilert, isn't it? There they are standing in their beautiful lime green. They look good.
They do look good, mate. And the field umpires today, Jack Howard at number 12, Jared Collins, number 14, and Ross Ebbett, number 5.
And I can tell you who's in town too. Adam Davis is the National Umpire Development Manager here. He's in town having a look at things. Had a chat with him on ABC Radio today. He's a good man too, likes what he sees up here. Let's have a look at the stats. Kieran Davis can bring us up to date. What was it like in that first quarter, mate? Oh, we got you there.
The scoreboard didn't really reflect the statistics of that quarter. So a very even quarter with the kicks.
Well, I'm not sure we're getting Kieran just yet. We might have a little trouble here with the box, but we'll get those stats from him in just a moment. That might be sounding better. That's better. Good on you, Kieran. Away you go.
Well, the scoreboard didn't really reflect the stats for that quarter. It was very even. In the kicks, Wanderers had 44 to Darwin's 46. Darwin led the marks 16 to 13. In the inside 50s, Wanderers with the slight lead there 12 to 11. Also leading the tackles 14 to 12. And in the centre clearances, Darwin had a convincing lead there 4 to 1.
That's incredible stats, Jared. Most of those stats really support the Darwin Buffaloes.
Absolutely. Just watching the game, you think the Wanderers were, I believe the Wanderers were a lot cleaner with the footy and a little bit more direct. But, we called that it was almost 50-50, and I think Buffaloes will take a lot of confidence out of those stats. Mark will be pretty happy with that coming into the second quarter with the advantage.
More from Kieran at half-time. This match, if you've joined us, TIO Stadium in Darwin under a glorious wet season sun. It's pretty hot, I can tell you, out there. Not much breeze to talk about. A little bit of breeze. You see we can see the flags over in the distance will favour the Darwin Buffaloes. What's that breeze worth?
Well, if they can hit the targets going forward and going into their forward 50, it'll be 3 or 4 goals.
So here we go, second quarter underway. Eagles win the first one out of the middle, straight to Erlinson, thumps it down to a vacant half-forward line. Cook comes out, gets it, turn around, handball was clever. Tried to link it up down there with Shane Thorne. Thorne couldn't get it, whistle goes. Free kick comes out
push in
of
the back.
Thorne gives away those free kicks. A little bit undisciplined sometimes. That's Nathan Woodley coming out of the back pocket, searches to the wing. John O'Miles there, got his hands on it, spillage to the back. Eagles overrunning the footy down there. Should have picked that up, Malcolm Lynch. Did you find out whether the Lynches were any way related? There's 2 of them out there.
No, they're not related, Charlie. We had our mate Darren Window clear that up for us.
It's Malcolm Lynch and Stephen Lynch. He's inside 50 for the Darwin Buffaloes. Warren Goodrich in there trying to get it out, trying to bulldoze his way out of there also was Timothy Eldridge. Now, he's a handy inclusion. Good to see him in the side, Eldridge.
He was a massive contributor during the Thunder season. Unfortunately, he got injured and missed the final series.
That's for Darwin. And straight down to Murray Little. Little gave it away. Trying to get his hands on the ball. Malcolm Lynch. Ball held up again. So scrambly earlier on, but Darwin get the free kick here and they can go forward off the boot of Dylan Gordon. Bangs with the left boot to the danger spot, to the sweet spot. It gets right over the back and Cruz there for the pick up and clean. Wins it in the back pocket. They get to him quickly. He managed to get the kick away. That's a good kick under pressure too. Searches out wide. Tried to get it out there to Nook Mansell, and Mansell couldn't keep it in the field of play.
Yeah, going back to that previous forward entry by Darwin, Dylan Gordon certainly hitting the right spot there for Dean Hollyman, but unfortunately Liam Philpott got in the way, so a bit of communication up forward for the Buffaloes.
Throw in here. Darwin with it, Wanderers with the tap down, John O'Miles. Cabillo trying to pick it up, he couldn't, Josh Cabillo.
And we'll do it all again, Charlie.
Jen, I'm not a fan of this out of bounds. I reckon if it goes out of bounds 3 times in a row, you've got to bring it back and bounce it 15 metres in, 20 metres in from the boundary line. No, that's a crazy rule, but it does go out a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
It gets right over the top this time. No one got it. Eagles with Jakura might have got his hands on that. In fact, it was. Little doing some work in there. Murray Little. Kicked up 50. All Eagles there. And that was, of course, Jakura, who wins it, thumps it out, bouncing ball out towards the wing. Eagles have front position. Jordan Jeffrey got to the footy, did well to get it back. Slick handball, gave it to Josh Cabillo, can run from the wing. Here goes the Eagles now. It's all in front of them. Kick inside 50. They're all marked up in here. Darwin get their best, knocked the ball to ground. Straight to the Eagles, picked up Cook, but free kick picked out of it. And I reckon it's a Wanderers free kick.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky there. He just stuck his hands out and grabbed some of the Guernsey, and that's Josh Savica, number 23 for the Darwin Buffaloes, and gave the free kick away to Simon Bates.
So Batesy, a man who was so injury prone, he says, this is my year, mark this down, and I did. So he's almost directly out in front, a bit of an angle. He's a good kick of the foot, he measures it nicely, goes for goal, he won't let him down. Simon Bates kicks a goal, he'll be happy with that, kicks the first goal of the second quarter. And getting it all their way at the moment, 5 goals, 2 now to 1-3.
And the one player that set that opportunity created the clearance, pushed up the middle, hit. It wasn't a great kick, but hit the right spot. And number 23 for Buffalo, Savica, giving the free kick away, and Bates able to capitalise.
Josh Savica. You've called his name a few times here. He's doing all those extra bits.
Well, he's going to be under a bit of pressure, I think, as one of the key defenders for the Darwin Buffaloes.
John O'Miles here jumps against Dylan Gordon. It's a bit of a stalemate. Philip Wills hasn't really got into the game yet. He had an injury too that kept him out for a while. John O'Miles wins the kick, goes upfield with it. Bouncing ball got in the way of Robert Smith. And he clears from half back up towards the wing. Bounces off the chest there of Marcus Totham. And Totham on the runs calling for it. And they'll go certain. A lot of confidence in the young man. He didn't get it though. The ball finds its way over the boundary line. He's just playing like a confident young player, isn't he? Give it to me, give it to me, is his call.
He's backing himself in. I think that's a result of the first 2 rounds where Wanderers have obviously had to win. And no doubt with VV and Cruz and even Weecher in the back line providing the confidence and voice for him to go for the footy.
Darwin's kick forward, Murungudic underneath it. Couldn't control the mark though, slipped through those fingers. Kick up towards centre half forward for the Eagles, and a short of and a good strong mark taken there by Peckham for the Eagles by Stephen Lynch rather. Then he plays on and now he's in all sorts of trouble. He's gone.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't go back far enough and he kicked the ball into the man of the mark, and he might be well, he's almost go away 50 there, so he's going to have to work pretty hard for his team to get that ball back.
Timothy Eldridge with it now, forward of half back, looks out to the right, and he wants to give it to Robert Smith out there. Gee, he's on this side of the ground now. He's everywhere. And away he goes. Good kick. Actually, when I look at him closely, he reminds me of Stephen Stokes. Do you remember the great Stephen Stokes? Played for Darwin all those years ago. Got life membership with the Buffs a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, absolutely. And we've just seen a reversal of possession here where I mentioned that number 17 for Wanderers, Lynch, had to work pretty hard to get the footy back from him. He did that. He sucked Timothy Eldridge in to give away a free kick.
Gave it to Zach Miller, and Zach lines up, kicks up towards the forward line. That's a good kick, wasn't it? It floated down there and gave his teammate down there, Shields, every chance to take the mark. He did. He's a tough position, but certainly kickable.
Yeah, absolutely, Charles. I'll back him in here.
So 1 goal in the first quarter to him. Comes in. He's got a good run up, he'll kick. That's a nice kick, except he misread the post. He kicked it between the little one and the one. Got a minor score. That's the point.
And I would imagine Mark Motlop as coach ropeable with that undisciplined act in the middle.
For being undisciplined, don't they? Just some guys just get a little hot-headed about things. Here they are running from the defence. It's a part of the game they've got to work on. This is going to go out of bounds on the full. Some frustration there for the Darwin Buffaloes. Some Wanderers can bring the ball back into play. You know, undisciplined play, you can't have it, can you, Jared? You just can't have it in your team.
Well, it really hurts your team, especially, again, if you've got possession and the flow of the footy, and we see Timothy Eldridge on the phone now, no doubt, to the coach. It just really hurts your team, especially when you got that momentum.
John O'Miles took that mark and then kicks. Takura was trying to clean up. Ball in the hands here for Darwin of Woodley. Then he rolls it out wide. Working out there for the Eagles, Joel Cabillo. Joel Cabillo searching kick for Erlinson. It'll sit and bounce and make it hard for him because they'll close on him quickly. Philip Wills, terrific tackle, draws the free kick. Gee, that's good work, Philip Wills, wasn't it?
And that's why he's so important to the Darwin Buffaloes. He leads by example, and there was no way that that player was going to get out of that tackle.
To Liam Philpott. They're the dynamic duo, those two. They've been around a long time, Wills and Philpott. They know each other's game very well. The kick was good to him, and then the kick further upfield to Moreland. Chris Moreland, big tall fella, gets onto the left boot, punches it inside 50. Too many Eagles back there in defence, but it came through their hands, gave Darwin a chance here. Kick off the ground. I reckon that's a goal. Let's have a look who got.
No, the umpires said touch. Darwin Buffalo still think it's a goal. It would have been a great opportunity to score on that occasion, something out of nothing. But and Sean Wilson finally, Weitra brings the ball back in.
Yeah, wasn't he then? Yes. With Sean Wilson, it was a goal. Nearly to the centre circle, then he realised the ball wasn't coming back. It was being kicked in. So
heartbreaking.
Eagles to clear here now. Off the boot of Daniel Weitra. Gave it off to Joel Cabillo. Cabillo again, searches further upfield. One thing good with Wanderers, you know, they're always looking for their teammates, even under pressure. Just always try to get it to a teammate. I say search for them often in the call, but that's because that's exactly what they do. They're always trying to get it to a teammate rather than that kick and hope game.
And generally to the...
It's got to be instinctive, doesn't it?
To the games, and normally ends up in higher scoring shots, and obviously more games you win.
So if you're watching this game, nice to have you with us. We're coming out of TIO Stadium in Darwin. It's round 3 of the NTFL competition. The Darwin Buffaloes in the dark blue strip and Wanderers in the blue and gold. Wanderers, of course, won the grand final last year. They beat St Mary's in a game that everyone expected St Mary's to win. But the Eagles, I think they put something like 12 or 13 wins together at the end of the season. They looked like, with a couple of rounds to go, they weren't even going to play in the finals. And then they got this amazing momentum and went all the way down to the grand final and then won a terrific grand final over Saints. And they've started the year in good form with 2 wins. Darwin, a couple of games, and they've lost them in close ones. In fact, the team that played Wanderers in the grand final last year, St Mary's, who were favourites, played Darwin last week, and Darwin had a chance to win the game right on the siren, but missed the goal, got nothing, and come away 1 point short. It was a big win to Saints. And Saints, incidentally, leading over on the Tiwi Islands against the Tiwi Bombers 11, 6-7, 13. So good quarter there for St Mary's at 3/4 time.
Murran Guric. Charlie, how'd I go?
Very good. Murran Guric.
He's been a live wire for the Buffaloes. He's been a great find.
I think he's got a brother. There's Michael and Keith, I think, and we've got Keith out there today, haven't we? And there's, I think, his brother Michael. Handball over the top, ball knocked to ground. Wanderers a bit of a.
Generally, it goes to the player that is on the. That hits going into that pack.
Well, he knows that's where he'll get the free kick. Wills, and he's coming off now. I don't think he liked that too much.
There was a good 3-4 efforts in that passage of play for him.
Dylan Gordon with flat hands at the footy. Dylan Gordon up against Neil Vivi. I'd love to see that. That's a good contest. Right to the line, boundary line, but a good mark there to Darwin. Jared Stokes jumped with the footy, got it at the interchange areas, comes straight back across at right angles. And let's see what they can build from here. The Darwin Buffaloes. They're out on the wing. They're in trouble. 1-4 to 5-4. And the kick off the boot of Dane.
Longer in that occasion. And the ball over
there.
Oh, up went Shane Thorne, big climb, almost took the mark, couldn't get it, Passmore to work with him, comes out into the hands here of Wilson. Wilson for goal, kicks it. Sean Wilson gets the one he should have got earlier on, in his opinion.
He is looking like the most dangerous player on the field at the moment. Everything he touches, something generally good happens, and he's had 3 scoring shots at goal. One that was touched, unfortunately, but he's got 2 to his name at the moment.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you, Jared, here. The Darwin Football Club, they go through the motions for a long time, and then all of a sudden they'll find another gear, and then they'll explode. I reckon as the sun goes down and gets a little cooler for them, that team, the Buffaloes, are just going to really fire up here. So don't miss the second half of this game. They will come hard at the Eagles, no doubt.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to it. We know that they've got an exciting brand of football, and when they're up and about, they're very hard to stop. And we've seen that last week with Darwin Buffaloes just losing to St Mary's by 1 point.
So Sean Wilson's got both the goals for Darwin. They win the tap from the middle, was pretty well done, Dylan Gordon, and they get the free kick as well. So Darwin will love to get another one. The short kick was intended for Peckham Hunter, Darcy Peckham Hunter. And then he gave the handball away, and he took a real risk here, Darwin, in the run forward. That was Damien Williams. Kicks it up towards the pocket. It's a floating ball. Hollywell down there, knocked away from him. Dean Hollyman punched to the boundary line.
You're right, Charlie. A little bit of confidence into the Darwin Buffaloes, and they're just up and about. Damien Williams just backing himself to take on 3 and 4 players from the Wanderers Football Club with a couple of bounces.
Jordan Jeffrey's got the job on him. He'll have to tighten up on him. Here's VV. Kicks it back out in that direction. Just forward of their half-back line. They're short of the wing. The wing with this kick. Front position for Wanderers. Importantly, that's good play. That really was good. Plays away, gave it to John O'Malley.
Away with the kick. He actually pulled it, hit a target, went inboard. Jerome Motlop on hands and knees. Thorne, and again, smart use of the footy with John O'Malley.
Goal and kicks it. Remember last week he kicked a couple. The leading goal kick. Tough match. He's got his first one here in the second quarter at the 14-minute mark.
That's exactly where you want to be having shots for goal and do his confidence a world of good.
It wasn't good work by he had the option to go over the
to actually make the right decision under pressure, and that might be the difference at the moment.
Footy coming to you from the TIO Stadium in half time. Darwin now can take it out of the centre, so the centre clearances are starting to work a bit better here for Darwin. Here's Nathan Jakur's overrun the footy. Nook Mansell caught with it. He goes to ground. Spillage comes out. Eagles want a bit of it. They can't quite pick it up. Some hard work there. Shane Thorne might have been involved in that. The little kick came back in. Nook Mansell wins it off the left boot, curls around his body, kicks down. Darwin in best position. Spillage goes to ground though. Thorne with the footy, eludes a couple, takes the bounce. He can go all the way, Shane Thorne. He will. Steps around another one. He didn't have to, but he did, and he kicked the goal. He's a showman.
He's kicked the ball right across onto the Barlow Road and I think into the South Darwin rugby fields. But that is exactly what we've loved from Shane Thorne, and the ability that he has to just take players on and actually turn them inside out, and unbelievable goal.
Adam Cook's still down there applauding. He went on with the applaud. He's done well done to his teammate.
I think he's saying, I wish I could do that.
How many did he? He must have eluded probably 4 players then, did he?
Yes, it was diving left, right and centre. So great goal by Shane Thorne, and that's what we expect him to do, and no doubt Coach Dean Rioli will be happy with that effort.
Big goal for the Eagles, just when Darwin was starting to believe. We mentioned that at the 16-minute mark. Eagles 7-4, Darwin 2-4. They're out by 5 goals, so 30 points the margin on the back of that terrific goal from Shane Thorne. Darwin won a clearance here, and they're not able to get it because Liam Philpott just couldn't quite get that clearance kick away. He got his boot on it, but it was smothered. Comes out, whistle goes, free kick here. Darwin are going to get it. And that's what they got on offer. Warren Goodich wants it, but the man who's got to have it is Philip Wills. So he's gone and had a little bit of a rest, this champion player.
Great kick.
How's that for a kick? Nice, isn't it? Straight into the hands there of Chris Morland.
He's actually worked his way into this game in the second quarter. He's been quite valuable for the Darwin Buffaloes, with a couple of touches here and there and getting a few tackles in and getting his hand just tapping to the advantage side of his teammates.
Good thinking Moreland here, you know, because that breeze is quite strong. He threw the grass in the air. They're going to kick from just outside 50. He needs a big one for it to go, so he's kicked from probably 60. That is a big kick. That is a massive kick. That's an amazing goal. Moreland from 60 took on the task and kicked the goal.
And that's what you want to see from your players, especially forward line. You know, if you got the ability, back yourself in. He has summed up the situation really well, Charlie, with assessing the wind and big confidence for the Darwin Buffaloes.
That's a good goal. Was it James Hurd that used to? No, was it Hurd or Lloyd that used to do that for Essendon and throw the grass?
I think they both did.
But you know, the breeze was strong. We could see the flags behind him. He knew he was a chance. Well, good goal. So they've kicked a couple of good ones here. Eagles have got 3 in this quarter. From the centre again, and they try to win the tap out. That's Callum Wilson doing the ruck work, and they'll emerge with the and again, spearing kicks, a good one. Oh, that's a daisy cutter in the straight into the hands there of Dean Hollyman. Wow.
Champagne football, that one. Direct, nice low kick by Jared Stokes, and no defender can stop that when the ball comes in. And we get to see Dean Hollyman step up to the mark and continue the momentum for the Darwin Football Club.
He must reward his teammates now. They won it out of the middle. That spearing kick was a beauty. He's directly out in front. Can they get back-to-back goals here, the Buffaloes? At the 18-minute mark, he's directly out in front. He keeps it low, and he misses. That's a horrible kick.
That's very disappointing,
Whoa.
Charlie. He just pulled at it for some reason.
Gee, he kicked like the ball that got him the kick.
Yes.
Low and flat, and it was never going to be a goal.
Brilliant pass by Jared Stokes. But anyway, missed opportunity, and Wanderers have the football on the defensive 50 with Lynch.
Lynch's kick out towards the wing. John O'Miles at the back. Gee, he's a polished player, isn't he? Cool under pressure. Look at him. He's like a giraffe. He just kicks it across. He lopes along, stepping back in the field of play was the clever player in Cruz. Cruz out wide to Vivi underneath the foot. He's got some work to do now. He's got a space to work in, though. Takes a bounce. He can take another one if he wants. He doesn't. Pumps with the right. Measures nicely. Gives it to Erlandson. Out Erlandson from inside, just outside 50. Powers the ball in the direction there of Cook. Cook kept his feet, but the ball was rushed over the boundary line for a throw in.
Yeah, Erlandson tried to match what Jared Stokes just did with a worm burner, but not quite. And Adam Cook just showing his physical presence and creating a boundary throw in deep inside the Wanderers 50.
How many different kicks do you have to have in your arsenal when you're playing footy? You'd have to have a dozen or 20 different kicks, wouldn't you? The low, flat one, the high one, the floater.
Torp, yeah.
How many
check
did you
side,
have?
The banana. I only had one. I had a drop punt that just popped over to someone.
Straight to Erlandson. The old torpedo, you don't see that much. Here's a kick out of the pack, and it's gone offline for a minor score.
Well, we're missing our mate Mitch Taylor. He's renowned for the torpedo out of defence.
Did they give it another name? It used to be called the Torp in the old days. The Screwy they used to call them once.
Yeah, that sounds like a down south nickname for it.
Out to Wills, deep in the back line. Almost half time here. Wills with the kick. Final score. St Mary's 15 goals, 9 have beaten the Tiwi Bombers 10-15. Be happy with that. That's a good win for them. 15-9 to 10-15 over the Tiwi Bombers. 3 losses in a row, the Tiwi Bombers.
Yeah, I think they were a little bit light on. I think they suffered a couple of injuries from the game against Nycliffe, where they were every chance to win that one. But yeah, confidence for the St Mary's Football Club to get their second win for the season.
Warren Goodich doing the work down there. Here's Adam Cook. Gets some space to work in. Pumps it up. Jerome got a bit of a chance here. Modlop bounces for him. He doesn't get it. He's more the defender than the forward player, but they'll give him a chance down there. Handball here to Jakura. Jakura from a standing start goes half around the body, goes to the pocket. Chance to mark down there for the Eagles. Jerome Motlop couldn't complete it, and Darwin are going to get out of trouble, are they? They're not clear yet. Well, they're definitely in trouble now because Jakura's got it, and he went searching back in field, tried to give it off to Erlandson, and Eagles can have a shot for a goal there, and they've got it. Who's kicked that?
Is that Fijo?
Yeah, I think it might have been Keelan Fijo.
Bit of junkyard football there, Charlie. No one really having clean possession, but a high kick, centering kick from the Wanderers player. That might have been Jakura as well. And Fijo being able to pounce with a nice snap.
As you see, Nook Mansell comes off and Thorne going on. He's had a little bit of a rest. All that bobbing and weaving that he did, and swerving he did earlier on, he needed to go off and have a little rest. So good goal there for Darwin. For Wanderers, rather. So Wanderers, well, they out now 8-5 to 3-5, so 5 goals the difference. Ball in the hands of Josh Cabillo. Cook front position. Can he get the mark here? Second grab, I reckon he's got it. He has. So Cook can have a shot from there. That's not beyond him. That's his job in the team, you know. He should go back and kick the goal. Close to half-time, 22 and a half minutes gone. They led 4-2 to 1-4 at quarter time, did Wanderers. They've extended that lead now. They've kicked 4 goals in this quarter to 2.
Massive mental edge if Adam Cook can kick this for the Wanderers Football Club. That's exactly what you want from your big men. You want them to take those marks and settle and kick the goal.
Cook from inside 50, gives it a roost. It's a big kick. It's a long kick. It's a good kick. It's a goal. And Cook gets his first from a long way out. It's a good goal, and they go on their merry way, the Eagles. Good goal.
Cook down for 2, Charlie.
Oh, okay, of course. That's right. I've got him down for 2 as well.
But yeah, like I said, it gives your defenders, your midfielders a time to have a breather and reset, and just that mental edge against your opposition. If your big guys can take marks on the 40, 45, 50-metre line, go back steady and kick the goals, in which Adam Cook is. It's exactly why he's in the team.
Jim, I'm still going to say this. I mean, Wanderers are, they're clearly on top here and have been for most of the game. But we haven't seen Darwin let go yet. Still got the handbrake on a bit, I reckon. Second half, I think, is going to be interesting.
Absolutely. I agree. I expect Darwin to be pushing Wanderers all the way to the end.
Miles tapped, they did the ruck work and the rover, so he rucked and roved and then didn't get it. And Philip Wills tried to get clear. He lost it. He was dispossessed. Eagles win it. Kick forward to Cook again at front position. Couldn't take the mark. Assistance comes cleverly. Zach Miller got to the footy, stole it when he was under pressure from Cam Stokes and wins the free kick.
Good front and centre there by Zach Miller, and first to the footy. Cam Stokes giving the free kick away in the back.
So Zach Miller with that kick to the pocket. It's just a little too wide. It was a bit ambitious and missed everything, went out of bounds on the full. So Passmore's going to come on and have a run. Fijo will come off for the Eagles. Rotation's important, and especially in the middle of the afternoon, isn't it?
It's rotating and fresh and making the right decisions and skills from start to finish.
So Darwin on the clean-up now. Run right across their defensive line. Moran Goodich got his hands under the foot. He couldn't complete the mark though, and then he didn't keep it in play. They had hold of him.
Well, yeah, he's up against some decent pressure there from Malcolm Lynch. So Moran Goodich is he's actually been one of the better players for Darwin Buffaloes. He
was last week as well. You know, he gets quite a bit of the footy and works hard for it. Pack around this little bump in the face there for Jalen Clark. John O'Miles had it in his hands for a moment and then didn't get clear with it. That ball didn't go the distance. It was taken by Jakura, who got a kick that landed right on the goal line, but the good defence seen it clear and forced over the boundary line.
Yeah, good position there by Cam Stokes. As a defender, you want them to back themselves in, take front spot, and just nullify the football, and he didn't allow it to go behind him.
It's the Michael Long It was about $15 million from the kids coming in from the community, spending a week there. It's been a terrific kick here. Is a bad one out of bounds on the full. Right on the siren. So half time here, and the Eagles take a pretty good lead in at the big rate. They kicked 4 goals to 2 in that quarter and extended their lead from 4 goals 2 to 1-4 to 9 goals 5 to 3-5. So the quarter belonged to the Eagles. Be interested to see what the stats are. We'll have a look at those when we come back. But Jared, what have you got for us?
So goal kickers, Keelan Field. This is for Wanderers. Fijo 1, Bates 1, Jakura 1, Thorne with 2. Thorne with 1, Cabillo, Miles, Childs and Cook. I think I've missed a goal kicker there, Charlie, but we'll correct that when we come back. But Moreland with a sensational goal for Darwin Buffaloes, and Sean Wilson has 2.
What are your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, look, again, I think the possession is going to be relatively even, but Wanderers, when they get their hands on the footy, they're a little bit more direct, a little bit more polished with their skills and making some good decisions. What I'm enjoying about this game, Charlie, is the actual physicality of it. You got Cam Stokes, Phillip Wills, Nathan Jakura just going hammer and tong at the footy, and I was expecting an open, flowing, exciting game, and we're getting elements of that, but the physicality side of things has been sensational.
Been a tough game of footy, still plenty in it though. The umpires make their way off the ground. There's the Wanderers team. They get in a huddle here before they come off the ground. The Darwin Buffaloes, this is interesting. They're not heading, this is extraordinary. I don't know if the camera can pick this up. The Darwin Buffaloes, there they go. I've never seen this before. Mark Motlop, what he's actually done, that's him working in front of the group there. He doesn't want them around their supporters at all. So the supporters came out. He took them away from the supporters. He's walking to the far side of the ground, right over to the other side of the ground. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, look, he's actually doing something different, and Mark's well known for that, actually, thinking outside the square, and this could go either way, Charlie. It'd be very interesting to see how they respond, but I know Mark has a lot of respect within the club and within the playing group, and he wouldn't be happy about a couple of things, no doubt. The arms go up.
Gosh, look at him. He is ropeable. He just got him sitting down, and he doesn't want anyone else to listen into this. They're in for a blast. Mark Motlop in full flight over there. He's not happy with what he's seen. He's pleading with his players. This is going to set up a terrific second half.
Absolutely. Really looking forward to it.
Great game in front of us. Don't leave us. Wanderers leading here at half-time, but the Darwin Buffaloes at a war council on the other side of the ground have got plans to make it different in the second half. Eagles 9-5, leading the Buffaloes 3-5.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kmart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Kmart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Kmart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kennard's making job easy.
Jade.
Oh, here, Tom. Fire, Maddie, straight out. Spirit around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's take the ball. Play on! Yes! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
Sea-Link run ferries to and from the Tiwi Islands for the Tiwi Bombers 4 home games. Book today at sealinknt.com.au.
Advantage. When a player has been awarded a free kick and a teammate elects to take advantage and has been called to do so by the umpire, the play will continue and will not be recalled. The umpires have been instructed to delay the advantage call until the player demonstrates his intention. In the following examples, players demonstrate their intention to take the advantage.
There is a free kick.
Advantage. Well, you better kick it.
They've changed the advantage rule to allow the player to make the decision.
In this example, Parker demonstrates his intention not to take advantage by putting his hand in the air. The umpire correctly stops play and resets the mark. Deliberate out of bounds. Umpires will continue to be instructed to penalise players who intentionally handball, kick, carry or force the ball out of play. This includes walking the ball over the boundary line. Ruckmen will continue to be penalised for intentionally knocking the ball out of bounds from a ruck contest, regardless of whether the ball crosses a line on the full or bounces prior to the crossing of
Kicks to full forward.
Well, Suns player and territory boy, thank you for joining us.
No worries, thanks for having me.
So, Stephen, it was a bit of a tumultuous season at the Suns. What do you put that down to?
The obvious reason is, you could say is injuries. We've had a really tough year with injuries, but also we had a bit of a culture, not problem, but something we had to really resolve. And as you saw with Rocket Eid coming in, he made some hard choices early on in the year, and that's only going to build the foundations for us going forward.
Yep. You mentioned a bit of culture issues. There's been a lot of criticism on your captain, Gary Ablett, who's clearly one of the best players of the modern era. How do you find him as a leader?
He's an amazing leader, and the media and the outside voices, they're always going to have their own opinions, but until you're in the inner circle, you don't really know what's going on. So. Gaz is, he's had a tough year with his injury, and he's done everything he can, and I think going forward, he's going to prove to everyone, how good of a leader he is.
On a personal front, top 3 in the best and fairest. You must have been very happy with your season.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. I didn't think I was going to, finish that high, but that's something to salvage from the year, I suppose. It was a tough year, especially being down the back line, losing
so many games, but you know, for myself and Cade College-Asney, 2 defenders, to finish in the top 3, you know, I think it's something we can take forward.
So you've been on the periphery of the All-Australian selection over the last couple of years. What aspects of the game do you think you need to improve on to get to that Alex Rance sort of standard?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. You know, I just got to keep building on my own game and you know, trying to. I think once we start winning more games and, you know, we're making a salt on the finals, that, you know, maybe All-Australian could be something in the not too distant future. But, you know, I'm always learning every week. You know, I've only played in the back line for 2 years now, so I'm still like a young draftee learning my trade. So over the next, you know, summer coming up, I'm sure Dean Solomon will sit me down and we'll work on new goals for the upcoming season.
So you're a hulking forward at the Southern Districts Football Club. Do you think later in your AFL career a move forward could be on the cards?
You know, I always joke to Rocket saying he's got a forward down in the back line he can pull out whenever he wants. But you know, I'm happy with my role at the moment down the back line. You know, I've really embraced it and built a little brotherhood down in our back 6. So there's no urge for me to go forward. Maybe when I'm retired and I'm back at the districts, I can, you know, go back to full forward. But you know, hopefully that's a while away.
Yep. All right. So I've got 2 questions now from anonymous people, and that is it true that you started off as a right footer before idolising Matthew Lloyd and turned to a left footer?
That is true. I don't know how you know that, but yeah, I was in Auskick and I'm a massive Essendon fan, and I love Matthew Lloyd, and I was a right footer, and I just wanted to do everything he did. So, you know, I changed to a left foot, and thankfully I can still kick on my left foot, which is good.
So how have you liked the Gold Coast lifestyle? There's a little bit of rumours and innuendo over social media about potential trade speculation, and obviously there's a lot of that stuff floating around, a lot of unfounded sort of stuff. But how do you like the Gold Coast lifestyle?
I love the Gold Coast lifestyle. It's you know, it's sort of similar to Darwin in that it's, you know, it's pretty relaxed and it's got great weather. But you know, I haven't spoken about moving away or anything like that. I'm still contracted for another 2 years with the Suns, and hopefully we can have some success going forward. And you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep, and I've got a true or false question, another one from an anonymous sent in. Is it true that you go through a tub of gel every day in primary school to shape your bowl cut?
That's potentially true. I don't know if it was a whole tub, but yeah, I did have a bowl cut, and I have curly hair, so I had to gel it down.
Yeah, all right. Abby?
Beautiful. Now, just quickly, Stephen, last 10 for you, so whatever I say, just rattle off the first thing that comes to your head. Goose shooting or barra fishing?
Fishing.
Closest to winning an AFL flag, GW Suns.
Look.
Would you rather play soccer for Manchester City or basketball for Brooklyn Nets?
Soccer, sure.
Biggest weirdo at the Suns?
That'd be Dave Swallow.
Best AFL product to come out of the territory over the last 5 years, and don't say yourself.
Has to be Surioli.
Best NT prospect in this year's draft?
I don't know, I like the looks of Daniel Rioli.
Yeah. Territory living or Gold Coast living?
Oh, you can't split that.
Come on.
I'll take territory.
Beautiful. Would you rather be stranded on an island with Bear Grylls or your childhood hero, Matthew Lloyd?
I'll go Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. Can Southern Districts win the 2015-16 TIO NTFL Premiership?
Of course.
Beautiful. Thanks for joining us this
No
week.
worries. Thanks for having me.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control,
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I don't know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing. No pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kellogg's make your job easy.
Jade.
Tom! Play on! Matty, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! All clear.
You are one of 140,000 people living in a cyclone-affected area this wet season. You need food and at least 10 litres of water per person in your cyclone kit to sustain you and your family for 72 hours or more. Be prepared. Brought to you by NTES and TIO.
And we welcome you back to TIO Stadium here. The teams make their way back out on the ground. The Eagles up by 16 at quarter time, extended the lead over the Buffaloes to 36 at half time. Game paused in the favour of the Eagles, 9-5 to 3-5, but we are figuring that Darwin are going to make a real run at them in this second half. Earlier today, over on the Tiwi Islands at Warramayunga, the other round 3 match that is being played today has concluded, and St Mary's have got up to win over the Tiwi Bombers. 15 goals, 9 to 10, 15 inaccurate. The Tiwi Bombers at home, and their home fans will be disappointed with that performance. So 15, 9 to 10, 15 St Mary's over the Tiwi Bombers here. This game is poised at half-time with the Eagles in front, 9-5 to 3-5. Jared Eilert with me. Jared, good half of footy gone by, but plenty to come.
Yeah, a great half of footy, and we'll hear that. I reckon better players for me for Wanderers: Jakura, Bates, Kabilo, Cook, and for Darwin, Sean Wilson, Philip Wills, Murray Gurich, and Stokes.
Let's get the stats from Kieran Davis. Kieran.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, I still can't believe that Wanderers are winning by so much. It's been quite an even game. It's just Darwin haven't been able to finish. In the kicks, Wanderers lead 92 to 91, very even there. Darwin have the jump in the marks, 35 to 28. In the inside 50s, Wanderers with the slight lead, 25 to 22. In the tackles, again, a small lead to the Wanderers, 26 to 24. And in the centre clearances is Darwin leading 7 to 5. So it's a very even game in the stats. You wouldn't be able to guess the scoreboard.
Certainly not, and Darwin doing well. So plenty of possession. No wonder Mark Motlop was furious at half-time. The footy, but not reflected on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and amazing scenes, really. Mark Motlop, I guess, refreshing the cool box, not allow them, just took them aside, took them away from the supporters and said, look, pointed to the scoreboard a couple of times and said, look, this needs to get better.
So it's umpires round, and we know we've got an umpire tuned in watching us. We're going to say hello to him in a moment. We'll get this game underway, but a special story. A great umpire from yesteryear sitting at home watching this game. We'll tell you about him in just a moment. Here's the kick out of the middle, and no clear possession here yet. Erlinson goes in with a tackle on Murray Gurich. Spillage comes out straight into the hands of Passmore. And held up again here. I'm not going to get out of that one. So we've got an umpire sitting at home watching us, Jared.
Isn't that quite a coincidence, Charlie, for umpires round, that Ron Simmons, good mate or the grandfather, good mate of yours, Michael Vukalis.
Yeah, so Simon, actually, Ron Simon's his name. So he's an NTFL life member. He was a goal umpire, so he didn't play. And the medal for Goodich got it high up in there, and that wasn't a good kick. Erlin's expected to fire up in this second half, though. Kick downfield. And Darwin cut it off, and they go out wide, and that is not a mark. Not a mark at all. Parked under the footy. And now he's going to have to, he's gone one way and the other. He just can't get on his clear, but Eldridge did well. He was pressured there by Lynch, and then he got the kick inside 50. Good handball to Erlinson from VV. Scrambly old play. We need someone to break it open here. That's Jakura, high up and under kick. Eldridge jumped over the top, got it. They caught him, went to ground. He came away. His second effort was good. Got onto the right boot, chopped it down to the forward line. Darwin with players running at the footy. Can they get a toe on this? Yes, they can. They run in and kick the goal off the ground. That was poor defensive work from the Eagles. They were mucking around so much. No one with any clear footy. And Darwin went down, banged the loose ball right in the goal square, kicked it through for a goal.
Callum Wilson, great goal, and that is exactly the response Mark Motlop would have wanted. And I was just watching the back play. Nathan Woodley was down for a very long time, so I'm not sure what happened there. But the spark was Timothy Eldridge. He knew he had something to make up for the Darwin Buffaloes with an infringement early in the second quarter, in which they had the momentum and run of the play, and he turned the ball over. He won the football on his hands and knees, got up, was able to push the ball forward. Callum running over the back, and great goal for the big ruckman.
So the stats aren't lying to us. Darwin are back in this, I reckon, in a hurry. Here's Wills with the kick, sent it forward. They can hold front position. The hand went over the shoulder. Free kick to Darwin outside 50. Good little kick. Vision was good. Straight into the hands here of Bradley Stokes. Now he'll kick from directly out in front. Wow, that effort by Mark Motlop to take him for the long hike to the other side of the ground and give them a blast might about to play off here if they can kick 2 unanswered goals.
Some big dividends here. Hopefully Bradley Stokes can kick truly.
Well, he's not a long kick, so it's going to test him. You kick from just inside 50. Thorne stands about 45 metres from goal. There's 50. He gets hold of it. He gives plenty of elevation. I don't think it's quite going to make the distance. Players form in front of the goals. Ball knocked to ground. Gets into the back pocket. And Wanderers trying to get clear from there. Can they get out? No, it's all held up again. Umpire will come in and ball it up. Scrambly start to the second half, but Darwin pressing here.
Yeah, definitely a sense of urgency though, Charlie. The Darwin Buffaloes playing in front, playing with a bit of intensity, and had the first 2 forward entries.
Ball knocked over the boundary line. Neil Vivi, there he is. You can see him with the bandage around his right knee. He looks like a tired player to me. Was a bit of, last week we saw him for the first time for the year in the NTFL, but gee, he had a tough year in the Thunder competition, didn't he?
He's come along in leaps and bounds, and he'll be one of the mature players in the Wanderers' defence.
That's right, he becomes the leader of the Eagles. Here's the kick out wide to the boundary line, chased out there by Robert Smith. Had a great start to the game, picks it up. And the kick was intended for a teammate, didn't get there. Eagles with the clean-up. Spills to Cook, he couldn't get clear with it for Wanderers. Whistle goes though, and Cook I think will get the free kick.
Gordon, I reckon.
No,
Darwin Buffaloes.
That's right, Dylan Gordon with the free kick. Back to Robert Smith, racking up the stats. We're not keeping individual stats, but if you were, there'd be a few alongside his name, I reckon. Smith kick inside 50, front position. Mark going to be paid there. No, was it? Thinking about it, no, the boundary umpire said it belongs to me.
Might have been juggled over the line, Charlie.
But disappointing, right on the 50-metre line. Darwin pushing here. They'd love to get another goal, really. Reward Mark Motlop for what he was able to do at half-time. Take him away from their supporters. Straight to Smith again. He's a good player, isn't he?
Just push it a little bit wide.
Well, Clark got his hands on it, but it was already over the line. So he's going to get the free kick here from the half-back line. Game hasn't fired up yet. Ball knocked back. There's and they'll come away with it. Darwin here with a good kick. Who to?
I reckon that's Liam Philpott out wide.
Straight into the hands here of Bradley Stokes. This time.
Murray Little.
Oh, Murray Little. I reckon he's kicked it. Murray Little. So they just slaved away, Darwin. That's all I can say, Jared. They slaved away for that until they finally got the goals. It came from nowhere, really.
Absolutely, I agree. It came from nothing, and it's just that little trigger that they pull. They seem to be able to pull out of a 50-50 contest to actually get the goal, and some great rewards so far for the Darwin Buffaloes. He's certainly come out with a lot more intensity and desire to win the footy.
Shadows of the stand there you can see creeping across the ground. So I've seen games in the past late in the afternoon where the players always elect to come this side, head toward the shady part of the ground.
Yeah, again, Mark Motlop didn't even let them do that.
No,
they were out in the sun.
That's right, he took them straight out. But yes, I'd forgotten about that. That's exactly what he did. He took them out, made them sit in the sun. Here's Jakura with the footy, worked it like it was a yo-yo. There's the old torp down in the forward line. Ball hits the ground. Shane Thorne went in. Gee, he had that elbow cocked a little bit too. You'd be a bit careful about that. Josh Cabillo goes to ground, held up there. Good work, Jeremy Watson.
Yeah, just got to, now he's remonstrating with Will, so he's not happy about something. So Thorne better just watch. And I would have thought that would have been a free kick any day of the week, but Cabillo coming in to support his teammate.
So umpire just plays it on. Caught from behind, Dylan Gordon doing the tackling there. They've won the free kick. Dylan Gordon has it now. He's across half back, short kick. He wants this to work, and oh gee, got it on the chest. Just little things like that cost you. They had a real chance to build that up, and Jared Stokes got it exactly where it had to be, and I reckon he was thinking of where he was going to go, and it bounced off his chest.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Charlie. He's disappointed there, shaking their head, but that's, again, certainly that was a great tackle by Dylan Gordon on the big man, Adam Cook.
So they're looking okay, Darwin. They kicked a couple, Little and Wilson with the goals. Wanderers need the reply. Hard work, Jalen Clark. Gee, underneath the footy again, Murray Little tried to take the mark. Cruz, they got him in a tackle. Too many of them grabbed him. Some ferocious tackling going on, Darwin, out there. They are coming alive here, the Buffaloes. We predicted it was going to happen, and we're seeing it here already. Keith Murungudic with it, onto the right boot, kicks. 2 to go, 2 front position, strong mark under pressure. Just little things like that can lift your team. That's the man who made the mistake a short time ago. Jared Stokes has it, kicks it inside 50. It's a high kick, it's a long kick, it goes deep. Spillage lands on the ground. Josh Cabillo on the clean-up. Wanderers can come away here. Searching kick for Thorne. Gets to him. Oh, he left it behind. He was being a little too cute. Can he get it back in play? No, he can't. Shane Thornby disappointed with that.
That one-on-one contest is going to be full of fire from here on in, Charlie, so we'll keep an eye on that one.
And Philip Wills just gave him a little reminder about it, and he didn't like it either, Thorne. Here's the man who just made the mistake, Jared Stokes, tearing through, but the umpire picked out a free kick. It's going to go to Josh Cabillo. Unlucky, the Buffs there.
That was certainly away.
Cabillo from half-back, up over the wing with the kick. Too many Darwin players there. Strong mark taken for Darwin there by Cam Stokes. It's an outstanding game. Cam Stokes gets 50.
Just much more composure there. Young number 8 for Buffalo's Jeremy Watson. Just creating a bit of a block for Cam Stokes to take the easy mark. So, yeah, they've certainly come out looking like a new team, Charlie.
Well, he's a kick and a half out from goals, Cam Stokes. He's got the runner going past him, that's Dylan Gordon. Thought about it, and then he might go to him with the kick. He doesn't. He's got a better option upfield, and he does that nicely. Chipped it infield and gave it to Jalen Clark. He's still a long way from goal, a kick in a bit, I reckon. That's a horrible kick. Gee, John O'Miles in the way. Geez, they've just mucked up some of the thrusts, haven't they, Darwin? Just a little bit of inexperience coming out. But they're desperate for the footy at the moment. Spillage into the hands of Eldridge. Eldridge goes to ground. No free kick in that. The whistle has gone. I reckon he's got to get a free kick, doesn't he, Eldridge? Was trying to work his way from there. He's going to get it. Sure, no, he's not going to get it. It's a Wanderers free kick.
This game is on the verge of exploding, Charlie. There's that many niggles going off the ball.
Totham.
And there's another one.
Kick upfield. So that's going to be a Wanderers free kick upfield. No point tackling Totham. Eagles going to get the free kick here on the wing. There's no rhythm in this game at the moment. It's at a real big moment, I reckon. Over the top, straight into the hands, waiting for Nathan Jakura. Kicks upfield, searches for Adam Cook, couldn't get it to him. Darwin with the clean up, but not able to get it. The elbow went up again. The Wanderers need to be a little careful. That's the second time I've seen that today. Jerome Motlop, it didn't connect, but sometimes... you know, that's you can almost be reported for that if you got that elbow up.
And great effort there by Robbie Smith on Adam Cook, just getting that front position.
Throw in, tap down by Cook doing the work down there. Hard work here in defence by Bradley Stokes. Smothered over the boundary line.
We might see things settle down a little bit now, Charlie, but there's certainly a lot of fire in the opening minutes of this contest.
So Wanderers have it up in their forward line. It's on the 50-metre line. It was 9-5 to 3-5. Now it's 9-5 to 5-5 because Darwin have kicked a couple in the third quarter. He wants 50 for this. He's not going to get it. Cam Stokes, a little bit of acting.
Almost.
And they'll run out of defence here in the hands of Kevin Moroney. And he tried to just do a little bit too much, but they still managed to get it out towards the wing, or just short of. At the back, waiting for it, Damien Williams. Too many players around him. Totham wins it. Kicks over the top for Thorne. Gets away from him and over the boundary line.
Yeah, 2-on-1 on that occasion, and I think the fact that the ball was fumbled with the bounce coming out of the back line put Williams under a bit of pressure. But again, Williams on the 45 outside, Buffaloes would have been away.
So just to put this in perspective, Darwin have played 2 games and lost them both, haven't they? And Wanderers had two wins.
Yeah, look, and Wanderers certainly holding the mantelpiece as reigning premiers in the first 2 games. And although, as we see Zach Miller take a left foot snap and unfortunately miss, but what we see is Darwin Buffaloes in the opening minutes of this third quarter really pushing the reigning premiers.
So Darwin to bring the ball out. Which way are they going to go? You're going to look for the shade, or they're going to go over in the sun? Thinking about it, I'll take the sunny side. Wise kick, drops a little short. Takura gets there with the tackle and dispossesses, wins the footy. Handball came out to Fijo. Fijo goes in, kicks and misses again. Eagles wasting chances here.
Yeah, a little bit of an inaccuracy, but I'm not too sure what Robbie Smith was thinking then. He was going to claim the mark, but the ball certainly hit the ground, and you don't want to be taking on Nathan Takura deep inside the 50.
Kick to Jared Stokes. Has the mark in the back pocket for the Buffaloes. He's going to kick this long up towards the wing. Murungurich at the back. VV in front, floats across, takes a strong mark. So Neil VV cuts the Buffaloes off on the wing.
This is where we can see Wanderers really get a bit of a ascendancy on the game, and their structure in the back line just chopping off every defensive sort of relief that Darwin Buffaloes are trying to get. VV, Cruz, Totham, they just set up really well across the half back line.
So Cruz's kick to Jerome Motlop was a good one, and he was between a couple of Darwin players. He took the mark up forward. Normally back in defence, good to see Dean Rioli give him a chance to go up forward to see what his wares are.
Well, he's a creative player, and certainly if you've got those skills in your toolbox, he's very valuable up forward. However,
he missed everything by a lot. So I do like him, though. I think he's a very valuable player. I love him in defence. He's a really good defender. Here's the kick here to Moroney. Had that great run on the other side of the ground for the Darwin Buffaloes. So he's still tucked away in the back pocket. They have got the goals in the quarter, though, Darwin. They've got a couple of them. Front position, good strong mark taken there by Damien Williams. Like his game, he's starting to play some good footy.
That is certainly one of his key strengths, is the ability to take a big, strong pack mark, and don't underestimate his size.
Liam Philpott. Short again. How often does that work? Interchange player comes on, straight to him. Timothy Eldridge. So some quality players getting the ball, getting their hands on the footy here for the Buffs. They're going short. And that just had a little bit too much. It did spill over the top, and they do have a runner. The bouncing ball gets to Sean Wilson. He is a goal kicker. He's kicked a couple already. He goes for goal for the Buffaloes, and he misses to the near side.
Again, they just seem to be able to get that ball out to the player that just creates something out of nothing. Just going back to Jerome Motlop, shot at goal, no doubt he would have been copping a bit from the Darwin Buffaloes crowd, so we'll forgive him for that one.
9-7 to 5-6. Footy from the TIO Stadium in Darwin, round 3 of the NTFL earlier today. St Mary's 15-9 beat the Tiwi Bombers 10-15. That's a massive big kick, isn't it? And a great mark taken there by Damien Williams. Quickly with the left boot. And he's found a teammate, and it's none other than Philip Wills. Now, he's not the sort of player who'll let his teammates down here, so they could kick 3 unanswered goals here, the Buffaloes.
Yeah, captain's goal. He'll be... I mean, obviously no issue with distance and right in front, so Philip Wills can actually lift his team if he can kick truly.
So directly out in front. Super player. Had some injuries last year, played with Territory Thunder. Inspirational player for this team. Mark Motlop has a lot of faith in him. His teammates all have faith in him right at this moment. Kicks at goal. The goal umpire doesn't move. Stands directly underneath it. He didn't let him down. He kicked the goal. Philip Wills. They've got 3 unanswered goals, the Buffaloes, and they've got a pulse.
Did exactly what the club expects of him in these kind of situations. Go back, take a deep breath, settle, give his teammates a bit of a chance to recover, especially the backline players. And by kicking their goal, the umpire didn't even move. They're starting to build some momentum here, Charlie.
It's like they're creeping up on Wanderers. Do Wanderers know? Someone needs to wake them up. They're creeping up, fellas.
Very well put.
Check that score then. You can see it there. 9-7 to 6-6. One more goal puts them in striking distance, I reckon. And Wanderers need to arrest this. And Shields does the best work in there. Gets it. Tries to ruck and rove. Didn't get clear with it, though. Kick off the ground by Josh Cabillo. Good up forward. Good clean up. Terrific mark there. Cam Stokes didn't take the mark, but it came off hands, and then he cleared it away out towards the boundary line.
Just watching Jalen Clark there, has been put into the ruck by the Darwin Buffaloes, and he's going to be undersized against Miles and Shields for the against Wanderers. But his second efforts on the ground is.
He was lucky to get away with that. And
Stokes haven't quite kicked the ball in, couldn't quite kick the ball on that occasion.
So I reckon Darwin are happy to play this style of footy. They're going to force this ball down bit by bit, aren't they? Those short kicks, we saw it a short time ago.
Well, they have the ability to turn something in from nothing, so why not?
Marcus Totham left it behind. This man's been terrific. He's lifted Jared Stokes. Tried to work his way through. Didn't get through, though. Eagles can win the kick with Zach Miller up towards the boundary line, and cleverly seen over there by Robert Smith. Disguised it pretty well.
It's just a smart play. He didn't have a lot of options. He had Cam Stokes there as a release handball backwards, but again, just take the ball over the line and reset.
So the Rucks took an eternity to get there. Heavy tackle put on Timothy Eldridge for Darwin. Goes under the footy. They'll have to ball it up. So 18 minutes gone. The quarter belongs to the Buffaloes at the moment. Can they come home in the last quarter? If they can get within striking distance, you've got to believe they will. It's all just working pretty well for them at the moment. Damien Williams ran to it. His second effort was terrific. Go away, and then he speared the kick down line. Bounces inside 50. He tried to get it off to Hollyman. Hollyman couldn't get it. Now he's got it. Tried to get the kick away. Lands on the ground. Vivi couldn't pick it up. Running in to try and pick it up there is Damien Williams. Pack emerges. Little holding on there. They wanted a free kick. Liam Philpott. Umpire said no. Comes out to Wills. Wills snaps at goal and misses out to the right. And he was lucky to get it behind at the moment, but there was high pressure down there, and the Buffs did manage to get the kick away off the boot of Philip Wills.
Yeah, miskicked that, unfortunately. Wills, it come off as a bit of a taunt, but great work by Damien Williams. He's involved in the boundary throwing right in front of us, Charlie, and again, he almost had a snap-out goal inside the 50, so great work, right?
And Jared Stokes, he's lifted, hasn't he? He really has lifted. They've got some good support from Cam Stokes as well, and Gordon playing well for them. Buffs making a real go at it here. Kick out wide, knocked away from Christian Shield. Darwin get across there again. Handball came back to Wilson. Kellen Wilson kicks it inside 50, lands in the hands of Liam Philpott. And then he tried to get it off to Murray Little. Kicked a goal in this quarter. Murray Little, ball over the boundary line.
It's about the third, fourth, possibly fifth time they've just gone to give that handball over the top, and they haven't been able to get it over the defensive play. Wanderers has always been able to get a hand involved and nullify the forward motion.
So throw in here, and the tap down. No clear possession for anyone. They did get a kick away. Wanderers take the mark out on that far side.
Good position. Play in front, you generally get the football.
2-on-1 here. Shane Thorne with 2 to beat, and he does it well. Floats in. It's like the Phantom. He's the ghost who walks. Shane Thorne, he's a beauty. Had it on the wing. He's looking for someone, and he wants the run, and he's going to get Cook to run for him, and he does, Adam Cook. Shane Thorne was saying, I want you there, and that's where he went, and Cook did exactly the same to Erlinson, I want you there. So they went out very wide, so Erlinson has it now alongside the boundary line, up between the half-forward flank and the pocket.
And that's what we talk about, kicking to the advantage of your teammate. On that occasion, the ball was put perfectly. The player, there was no way the defender was going to work a little bit harder, but they're always going to get an uncontested mark.
Gee, that was poor checking. No one went to Thorne. He just wanted to chance here. They've done to put themselves back in the frame. Thorne's going to halt the momentum if he can slot this one between the big sticks. Tough angle. He'll kick from just inside 50. He's a polished kicker. There's no doubt about it. He knows what he's doing. Gets to 50. Gets the run in, gets the delivery on the ball, banged at goal and misses. So all that build-up, Shane, you let us all down, minor score.
And Buffaloes are looking to get the ball moving pretty quickly. They can sense that time is running out. There's not too many more minutes left in this third quarter. They'll be keen to capitalise on most of the football that they've had in this quarter.
Well, they've controlled. The stats are going to be incredible to look at. It's been all Darwin here. Kick comes back to Moroney. Moroney's going to go short and drop it right at the heels there of Cam Stokes. Cam Stokes gets around the corner with his kick to Dylan Gordon, finds him. So they're building. They've done this a couple of times now, Dylan Gordon. Philip Wills wants it. He didn't go to him, but he went up to Little instead, and Little has it. Backward of the wing. Goes into the corridor, he floats it for a long time. He allowed Cruz to get there. He did well, Cruz, and he knocked it down to Miller, and Miller sends it back deep into the forward line. It's a bouncing ball. Gee, they're going to work hard here, Darwin. They do. Cam Stokes concedes it.
David Cruz picked that off a mile away. That's just the beauty of their defensive line. They structure really well, but the ability to read the play. David Cruz come from 20 metres away. The Darwin Buffaloes play wouldn't have seen him.
But mind you, that floating kick didn't help, did it? I mean, you
correct.
get it up in the air. Here's Cam Stokes again. He's had a terrific quarter and terrific game of footy. Little push out there on William Byrne. Haven't called him today. Might be coming off the bench. Seen over the boundary line there by Joel Cabillo for Wanderers. Almost three-quarter time here. They're within 18 points. They were in 16 points at quarter time. Within 16 points at quarter time, the Buffs. And then 36 points at half time. So they've cut that lead in half with 3 unanswered goals. So they've been pretty good. Zach Miller. And the tackling. It's good to see Moreland doing some of that good work down there as well, isn't it?
Buffaloes Football Club, and he's going to be a dangerous player.
Now, we saw what's happening. Is there a blood rule here? The umpire is... He's going to give it to the boundary.
Has to be.
It's a flat foot. There should be a signal for a flat footy. I don't know what you do. So if you can let us, let us know what a signal might be to let us know. So the ball out there. His third term. It's not like cricket where new footy. I don't think.
No.
Here's the kick come off the boot of Brad Stokes. Good, and Wanderers cut it off. And this kick's going to come right across. No, it's not. It's going to go up towards half forward. John O'Miles, a chance, floats in, got his hands up, didn't take the mark, though, landed on the ground. John O'Miles again goes backwards, went with the kick to VV, and VV got the kick away. Down into the forward line, he wants Cook. Cook underneath the footy. Good work back there in defence. Dylan Gordon sees it safely towards the boundary line.
Yeah, and I guess Wanderers have that luxury of, if they don't have any options sideways, they can just bomb the ball up high. 3 or 4 tools that can create a contest.
24 minutes gone. You reckon Darwin's dream is here, or plan here? Here's a good one. It's 20 points here at three-quarter time. They just kick 4 points in that quarter, Wanderers, and the Darwin Buffaloes move up to 6-7, so they kick 3 goals too. So at three-quarter time, 9-9 the Eagles lead Darwin 6-7. Jared Eiler.
Goal kickers for Wanderers: Fijo 1, Bates, Thorne, Jakura, Cabillo, Miles and Shields with 1, and Adam Cook with 2. For Darwin Buffaloes, Moreland with 1, Wilson with 2, Philip Wills, Murray Little and Callan Wilson with 1 goal. Better players, and I think the standings are still relevant from half-time, where Sean Wilson, Philip Wills, Murray Gurich, Jared Stokes, and I think Robbie Smith worked his way into the best players for Darwin Buffaloes, Jakura, Bates, Cabillo and Cook. So be interested to see the stats when we come back, Charlie.
Yep, we'll get those from Kieran Davis when we come back. So three-quarter time here, Eagles 9-9, Darwin 6-7. Good quarter coming in front of us.
Just another beautiful day in the territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. So...
Road tyres.
Yeah.
About TIO Comprehensive 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business. Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1,300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing. No pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Jade.
Oh, yeah, Tom! Matty's straight out! Around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! Yes! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Make their way back out in the field. Well,
yeah, absolutely. Mark's got to be really happy with the fact that his players responded to his halftime speech and
quarter time.
Thanks, Charlie.
Nope.
In the third quarter, we saw Darwin really cement their authority.
No, we're not getting that, Kieran.
We saw Darwin really cement their authority in that quarter. They had 53 kicks to Wanderers 37. In the marks, they dominated there. Darwin 22 to closer. Darwin 11 to Wanderers 9, and tackles Wanderers.
In front of us. Thanks, Kieran Davis. That kick down towards the forward line for Darwin.
50s entries and see if Darwin can respond.
Well, the Buffs up, and there's no bigger scalp in football. Reigning premiers. They got last week against the Saints. They hadn't beaten them since 2006 when they beat them in a grand final, and then they got within a point last week. They want this scalp today. They're going to have to work hard to do it. They've won the free kick back in defence. It's with Dylan Gordon. Uses a teammate to run it out. Kick is nice. Down along the boundary line to Philpott. He goes to the wing. Good kick from him. Front position knocked away by David Cruz. Did it well. Good run at the footy.
And we just got to make note, Charlie, that even though this Wanderers team is playing some great football, there are a lot of key outs. Daniel Motlop, Thomas Motlop, Mitchell Taylor, Joel Walsh, Braden McLean, Michael Fairweather. So they've certainly got some players and talent on the sidelines.
So someone's got to get over the fence to get the footy. The boundary umpire says, well, it ain't going to be me.
It's umpire's round. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's right. So somebody has to do it. If you want to have a game, there it is. Throw them back over again. What's going to happen here in this quarter, Jared? Any tips?
I'm expecting that to be quite physical, Charlie. I think there's a lot of juice left in the tank from both teams. They've both showed their intentions about niggling and trying to get on top of each other, and I'm expecting that to continue.
I just had a quick chat with and Dominic McCormack, who are calling the game for ABC on the ABC app, the next game between Southern Districts and Waratahs, and I said, any chance them off? We'll have to see what Darwin. I wouldn't write them off.
Absolutely not.
Is the kick inside 50. It's where Darwin wanted, up in their forward line. Back hard along the boundary line. They couldn't control it though. Out there doing some good work was Darcy Peckham Hunter. It's such an interesting start to the season, I reckon, Jared. I've enjoyed all of the footy. It's been nice to be over the Tiwi Islands to see Saints win today, 15-9 to 10. 15 Tiwi Bombers winless at this stage, but we do know that they'll take a while to get organised. It's difficult for them over there. They've got players from 3 different communities, 2 islands, and it's hard to get them all together, and Willie Rioli's got a real task to get that team functioning.
Logistical nightmare there, Charlie, but they certainly know how to play football. They certainly love their football, and it means so much to them on the islands.
So the lights are on but not taking effect now. So it's that time of night where there's dusk or twilight starts to come in. Gets hard to pick up the players, but Wanderers come away through Fijo with a good kick and the mark taken down there. Good strong mark by, who is that?
Savika.
Savika, yeah. Savika with the mark.
I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but that's how I'm reading it.
S-A-V-E-K-A. I don't think you can be too far off the mark there, Jared. Kick inside 50. Ball hits the ground. Loose ball picked up by Bradley Stokes. Gets clear from the first tackle. Dribble the kick away. Didn't get it. Now it comes out. Darwin with a chance here. Snap at goal was a pretty good one. I reckon that might have been Sean Wilson, was it?
That's him. That's the man again for his 3rd goal. And Sean Wilson will never miss them. He loves those kind of goals. Again, an opportunity goal. Great work there by Bradley Stokes to keep the ball alive. And Sean Wilson able to capitalise.
Well, let's put this in context. At half-time, Wanderers were 9-5 to 3-5, so they were clear by 6 goals, and Darwin have started to run them down. And in fact, now if you can see that score there, 7 goals 7 they are to Wanderers 9 goals 9, so they're within 14 points.
They are coming, Charlie, and I like the way you describe it before. Someone needs to tell Wanderers that they're creeping up.
Yeah. The Buffs are on the move. What a scalp it'll be if they can get it. Stay with us. Game it's going to come to a real climax here. Kick off the ground. Darwin with so many players getting to the footy. VV might spoil the party. No, it's not going to get to him. It bounces away. Tap down. The 2 number 4s going for it down there. That was Tottenham working against Brad Stokes. It's a good even contest. Darwin with the footy, slinging Timothy Eldridge. Barreling his way through Cam Stokes as hard as you like. He's going to win the free kick as well. Advantage played. Away they go. Eldridge from outside 50. Puts it inside 50. Almost a chance to mark down there for Darwin. They just couldn't hold it. Ball is on the ground. In goes Liam Philpott. Couldn't get it. Cruz gets it for Wanderers. Now a chance for the Buffs through Moreland. Kicks towards goal. Bouncing ball goes away to the boundary line alongside the behind post and out of bounds. In fact, out of bounds on the full
He's an exciting player, Moreland.
Yeah, gee, but that was a bad miss. Here's Darwin with the chance. A spearing kick is a good one, straight into the hands of Hunter. Peckham Hunter.
That's the hyphenated name, Charlie, but brilliant work there. I think that was number 8 with Jeremy Watson.
Yeah, Watson speared it in, and Darcy Peckham Hunter has it. Kickable distance, angles are toughy. By gee, this will be a big goal. If he can get it, he measures, he kicks it, goal, and he misses to the near side.
The Buffaloes crowd would have erupted on that one, Charlie, but they are coming. And Cam Stokes, going back in that previous play, his just want and physicality around the contest is lifting this Buffaloes team.
Gee, that's a good mark coming from behind, wasn't it? Damien Williams, who's had an outstanding game. He got the float, and now he's kicked poorly. It's a bad kick from him. They're just not sure how to win a game of footy, I reckon, Dan. That's the problem. They'll know in a minute if they can get another goal here. Here's Vivi with the footy along the boundary line, gained a couple of metres, kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah, he just tried to stab at that ball. He's seen a couple of his teammates drill the ball into the forward 50 on that occasion. He just took one step, tried to do it, and it didn't come off for him.
He took a sneaky peek at the umpire too, did Neil Vivi there. So is he going to penalise me for deliberate? I reckon there was an element of that in it. The throw in. Tap down. Jakura tried to get to the footy. Half kick by Liam Philpott was smothered. Chance here for the Buffaloes through Jared Stokes. Gets to the footy. Stokes starts it out wide. Swings it back, but all too late. Out of bounds on the full. They are peppering away, Darwin. Goodness me. Mark Motlop would be absolutely pulling his hair out at the moment. They've had 3 or 4 chances here to tie this game up and haven't delivered.
Yeah, look, and it just goes to show the speed of Jared Stokes against Malcolm Lynch there. Just made a heap of distance on him.
Jakura wants it. That's ignored. They'll go instead and give it off to Jerome Motlop. Good choice. Takes the mark there in front of Callum Wilson. He's in the back pocket for the Eagles. Looks across to his right. And now he's going to come down the grandstand side with the kick. It's a high kick. The 2 big men stand underneath it. Got right over the top. A free kick in it. It's going to go to Darwin. Hollyman there.
Brought up the ground out of the square and
up against big John O'Miles there. So Hollyman has it. He's going to punch it short. Good kick from him. Darwin with everything working for them. Jared Stokes to the pocket. Fist at the back was a big one too. Getting in there was Daniel Wheater. No nonsense. Punch to the boundary line.
He will eat them up every day of the week, Charlie. That one there, just he's just such a great defender. He'll give you heaps of confidence and stability as fullback.
So the throw in again, and John O'Miles front position. Got it down. Jerome Motlop caught and lost it into the hands of Philip Wills. Snaps it to the goal square. Good mark taken in defence down there. Might be Daniel Wheater. Has it for the Eagles. Right on the last line of defence. Josh Cabillo wants it. He's going to go short instead and give it off to none other than Nathan Jakura. Hasn't had a game anywhere like what he's had over the last couple of weeks, but he's still pretty good. Stephen Lynch has it. He's in the back pocket, Lynch. He doesn't know where to go. And now he's going to go. And VV wanted it. And now he's been asked to play on. And he pumps it up towards the wing. Geez, almost a mark there for Savita. Or Savika. Savika gets it this time. Now he's got it. Handball was pretty good. Knocked it out to the open spaces. Ball towards the boundary line and seen safely over by the running Keelan Fijo. Kicked a good goal in the second turn for the Eagles.
It's amazing what confidence when players like Stokes, Wills, and Cam and Jared Stokes are starting to get their hands on the footy. It's amazing what confidence that gives to the players around them.
So Hollyman in front position, and Wanderers going to get the free kick out of this. It's going to be John O'Miles. So Wanderers have withstood everything here. Running pass was Lynch. It didn't go to him. And that's a good mark in defence. Good, strong mark in defence. So Buffs still keeping themselves in the game, aren't they?
They're certainly in striking distance, Charlie. Another goal obviously will help their cause immensely, and just they're almost unstoppable when they got that momentum up.
Jalen Clark's kick. Cruz in best position. He's going to take the mark. He does. So one number 15 to the other number 15. And Cruz's kick good. Brings it back in. Gives it off to Miller. Miller has it. Goes to the corridor with the kick. So he's got 2 players to beat down there. The Eagles. The spillage will get to the favour of the Darwin Buffaloes. They're Watson on the run here. This is Watson, still in front of him. Can he pick it up? He's run about 60 metres with it. He's got it right down towards the 50-metre line and got it in the direction of Moreland. Moreland gave it back to Watson. Watson off the left boot. Watson off the left boot. Goes for goal and kicks it. What an amazing goal. It started a long way back. He had it on a yo-yo. He carried it all the way down there and then kicked the goal.
Yeah, I think, what do you put that down to? There's no handballs in there. There's no kicks. He just tapped the ball forward for about 60 metres to get the running goal. That is exactly why he's in the team, and that's a brilliant finish on his left foot.
Terrific goal. And that's Darwin are coming here.
Last quarter, Charlie.
John O'Miles. Hollyman, all important, ball up in the middle. John O'Miles got there late, got the tap down. And straight into the hands of Jared Stokes, who pumps it up forward. It's going to go to Wills. Philip Wills, it'll sit for him. He's going to come back in play there. Got him and dispossessed him. He had 2 to beat. And Wills' second effort, which was pretty good. Umpire says it's all okay. Handball line. Marcus Todd and Darwin ferocious at the moment. They can sniff it. They can really sniff it. That's sneaking up. They've arrived, Jared Island.
Great little push out or nudge by Philip Wills, but even more so was Marcus Tottenham's closing speed on Wills. He didn't know he was there.
Towards the boundary line, Sean Wilson wins it. Nathan Jakura cleans it up. Vision was good, delivered nicely, gave it off to Malcolm Lynch at half back, kicks it to the centre of the ground, wants to find Jordan Jeffrey and does. He can look out to his left and pick up Jerome Motlop, who's come out of the back pocket up towards the wing. Jerome Motlop's kick, he's going to kick to the contest now, 1-on-1, got over the back, knocked towards the boundary line. Josh Cabillo hard at the footy. Oh gee, looked like it came off his boot. Boundary umpire close.
Every possession so important, Charlie, but a great result there for Darwin Buffaloes. They were outnumbered 3, possibly 4 to 1.
How hungry are they? The young Buffaloes, are they going to arrive tonight? That's a high tackle. It's got to be a free kick. Darwin will get it. In the hands of Timothy Eldridge, he wants to play on. It's an unfair advantage, says the umpire. And Liam Philpott taking exception to what's going on down there. Timothy Eldridge standing on the mark, John O'Miles. So you got a kick over the silo, basically. Oh, gee, went around him in the end. Gets over the back. Cruz, unloaded. Good work, Brad Stokes. Now into the hands of Moreland. Moreland's kick up forward, bouncing ball. Oh, beautifully gathered in. Well done, Peckham. Hunter gave it to his teammate, kicked it, goal. Wilson missed it. Running into the goal under enormous pressure, dropped it on the boot, and the minor score was the result.
Some nice slick hands there by Clark, Jaden Clark, bringing the ball back to the ground. But, geez, they're playing some exciting football, Charlie. And unfortunately, that one come off the wrong side of the boot for Sean Wilson.
Goal the difference. Neil Vivi, can he stand up and lift his teammates? He gets the footy, and then he did well to get it out. Gave it to Jakura, gets on the right boot, pumps it up towards the half-forward line. Wants Cook, dives at the footy, got his hands on it, couldn't complete the mark, though. Got the handball away to Thorne under pressure. Thorne with the handball. Jordan Jeffries wants it. Will get it. Jordan Jeffries gets it forward of the wing. Kicks it inside 50. Whistle goes. Going to come back. I think it's a Darwin free kick. Shane Thorne got upset again, I reckon. And it's going to be 50 metres from where the incident happened. So Darwin are going to take this deep down into their forward line at the 13-minute mark. I don't think they're going to kick a goal from this kick, but they're going to put themselves right deep in the forward line.
Wanderers had all the play there. They were outnumbered Darwin Buffaloes. The ball was inside their 50, had momentum. They needed it. They need a goal. And that is almost unforgivable. And if Dean Rioli might be looking at bringing that Shane Thorne off the ground for that indiscretion.
Hollyman, I don't think he can kick this. It's just too far for him, I reckon. He's outside 50. He gives it plenty. He's going to put it right to the line, though. Big pack flies. Front mark there. Strong mark taken in defence for the Eagles. Just when they need it, they get it. Pumped it out wide. They are the premiership team. They deserve to be. Jalen Clark doing some work down there. High tackle that time on Hollyman's going to get the free kick. Just went looking for the footy and got knocked out of the way. Wanderers being uncharacteristically pretty ordinary in their tackles, I reckon.
It's just a sign of the pressure that started from the first bounce of the third quarter, where Mark at half time Daniel Weecher for saving him with a mark on the line in the last kick.
Here's the kick that comes forward again and knocked away towards
there he is again.
Line. Yeah, doing some good work back there. Great work in defence. So it's knocked down alongside the behind post. Boundary umpire to throw it in. We've gone to 15 minutes now in this last term. It's been all Darwin since half-time. Wanderers were 9-5 at half-time. They're 9-9 now, 15 minutes into the last quarter, and Darwin Buffaloes have closed on them. Snapshot for goal misses for Darwin through for a minor score.
I think that's Robbie Smith again. He's been in almost everything this game for Darwin Buffaloes.
How many chances do you need to win a footy match? You know, you're not going to get that many. That pendulum just swings eventually, doesn't it?
It does, it does. If you let one in from here, you know, the momentum just swings the other way, like you say, Charlie. So a lot of pressure to keep the ball inside their forward 50, and Timmy Eldridge certainly making the most of that contest.
There's Wheels in there looking for it. It's doing some great work here. They'll merge with the footy in the hands of Timothy Eldridge. Whistle goes. And I reckon it might be a Wanderers free kick. It is. Deep in defence, it'll go to Cruz. So David Cruz. Footy in his hands. He can see out to his right Jerome Motlop. That's where he should go. He's going to go there now. The kick was bad. Straight into the hands of...
and a 50.
Of Robert Smith, and 50 metres as well. And he's about to put the Buffaloes in front. The man we mentioned earlier on in the game who was just gobbling up possessions is going to have a shot right from the goal line.
Yeah, and this is Robbie Smith. I was called, sorry, I got them confused last call with Bradley Stokes, but no one on the mark for Wanderers. That's not a good sign. Look, a little bit soft, I think, the 50, but you just can't be coming in there and touching the player or touching the ball. And pendulum swings again, Charlie, back in the favour of Darwin Buffaloes.
How are those Buffalo supporters will be? Some of them didn't go to work on Monday or Tuesday from last week's game against the Berries where they failed by a point. Now they're a point up. My goodness me. They give you heart problems.
1 point in front.
9-10 to 9-9. The Buffaloes with their noses in front. What a terrific comeback from them. They have kicked to no goal since since half time.
A handle on the premiership court.
Possession. Phillip for its assistance came Sean Wilson. Terrific. Kicked it off the ground. Everything falling their way. Woodley got his hands on it. Couldn't get clear with it. Wanderers come away with it. Good handball came out there by Josh Cabillo. Wanted VV. VV couldn't get it. He's been caught out of position. VV he tries from the back again. He battles hard. He gets it. He did really well to get the handball out. He did a terrific job to give it to Jerome Motlop. Went with the kick up towards the wing, and the Eagles not able to get clear with it. It's all Darwin. They win it again. Short kick.
Yeah, and just those little things. Playing in front, you're going to get the footy, and when the ball's when it's junkyard footy, you need to get yourself in the right position. And
Moreland to Wilson. So Shawnee Wilson has it. He's out on the wing, just slightly forward of the wing, out on that far side of the ground. Kicks to the man who gave it to him, Moreland, who ran down towards almost to the half forward line. He's got it along the boundary line. So they're edging their way forward here. They have it where they wanted, Darwin. 18 minutes gone. They kick another goal here. Wanderers are going to be in all sorts of trouble, I tell you that. So here's the kick, comes forward from Moreland. Moreland loads up. Moreland misses out to the right. Goodness me. That could have just about delivered them a win there. If they'd have kicked that, it would have made it evil. Tough for the Eagles.
The crowd would have erupted.
Kick straight up. Upfield they go, the Eagles, to Josh Cabillo. He goes out towards the wing. Good mark. That's a strong mark taken there, Joel Cabillo, despite enormous pressure from Cam Stokes. So Thorne now with it on the wing. Short kick. Nice kick too. Delivered nicely. Gave it to Christian Shield. Wanderers going where they haven't been for a long time, up in their forward line. Up to Nathan Jakura. Jakura's kick along the boundary line's a good one. That's a great mark to Adam Cook.
He did play on.
He played on, and the umpires called the play on. Gave to Joel Cabillo. Joel Cabillo overrunning it with Nathan Jakura. Cook couldn't get to the footy. Good work there. Hollyman to hold it up. Umpire will come in and ball it up.
Again, it's a byproduct of that pressure over the last quarter and a half, Charlie, that Adam Cook was in two minds whether to go back and push back off his mark or play on, and that occasion he sort of made the wrong decision there.
So Eagles have it up in their forward line. Big climb by Christian Shield. They knocked the ball to ground. Hard work in defence again. Dylan Gordon wins it and kicks it out wide, but the kick didn't go where he wanted it, and Thorne takes the mark. So Shane Thorne, he was the bad boy a short time ago, goes at right angles, gives it to VV. VV goes inside 50. Nice kick to him, from him too, gave it to Jordan Jeffrey. There's no doubt about Neil Vivi. He's just cool under pressure. He's got the experience now. He knows where to look. He has the vision around him, and he looked out and he knew exactly where Jordan Jeffrey was, and the kick was...
Well, they just shopped around for an option, brought it, transferred. He has a big kick on his hand.
Jordan Jeffrey, his team down by a couple of points. Gets close to the man on the mark. It's not going to be a goal. It gets out wide and goes right towards the boundary line. Just stayed in the field of play and then finally went over. So boundary line throw in deep in the back pocket.
Very dangerous spot here for the Darwin defence. Wanderers have plenty of tricky players in the bottom of the pack.
So the throw in. Tackle on the Wanderers player. Also in there was Joel Cabillo, couldn't get it. Pack goes over the top. In came Thorne. He shoveled it out, but he shoveled it over the boundary line.
Yeah, true test of their grit and desire to win this game, Charlie. They're under a heap of pressure up in the Wanderers forward line.
21 minutes gone. I reckon you get 23 minutes. I reckon there's a couple of minutes left in it. Erlinson under pressure. He was tackled and lost it. Darwin want the free kick. I don't think they're going to get it. Shane Thorne's taken exception to something. Now, I reckon Wanderers have got the free kick out of this, haven't they? Or is it a ball up? No, it's a Darwin free kick.
Darwin free kick in 50 metres by the look of it.
So Shane Thorne again might have been the man who caused that, I reckon. He went in and he was just hot under the collar. It might have made sense, I reckon. I know hindsight's a great thing to have, but it might have made sense when he was upset earlier on to take him off because he's still fired up. Now, Darwin can milk the clock here. They can milk the clock, but they need better kicks than that.
Absolutely. You don't want to be giving the footy away.
Now they can run. They have it out on the wing. Darwin with the kick inside 50. Joel Cabillo there. Ball goes to ground. Picked up by Moreland. Moreland has a shot. Moreland goes for goal and delivers for the Buffaloes. Whoa, if they hadn't won it before, they might have just won it on the back of that one. Shane Thorne with some poor play into, and Moreland might have kicked him to victory.
Absolutely. He's on the scoreboard for 2 goals now. He's just been peppering away. He's probably had 3 or 4 scoring shots, and on that occasion, the left foot, he's made the most of it and certainly almost won the game for the Darwin Buffaloes.
Well, we said they wanted a big scalp the Buffaloes. They're close to it now. Very, very close to it. 10 goals, 11 the Buffaloes, leading Wanderers 9-9. Goodness me, Wanderers will have some soul searching to do here if they don't win this one. 9 goals, 5 at half time, and in a half of footy they've only added 4 points. Haven't kicked a goal yet. Kicked down towards their forward line. Adam Cook with some work to do in front of him. Knocked the ball away. He's stronger body. He's got to it. He gives a handball out. Darwin terrific under pressure here. Shane Thorne goes in. Shane Thorne gets to the footy. Thorne with a handball over the top. Chance here for the goal for the Eagles. He gave it off to Joel Cabillo. Bang, kicks the goal.
And when Shane Thorne wants to play football, he is unbelievable. And the vision for him to hit that handball to the top of the square to a free teammate, just the work he can create, the opportunities he can create if he concentrates on footy. He needs to get one more back to make amends, I reckon.
Well, I don't know how much time's left in this. There's been not a lot of goals kicked, although there's been 4 or 5 goals kicked. The quarters normally go about 23 minutes. We're at 23 and a half minutes. And Darwin lead by 2 points, 10-11 to 10-9. All important ball up in the middle here. Really important. Those midfield players, if you can get the centre break here and your Wanderers, then you're a bit of a chance. They get the tap down out of the middle. They can't get it clear. Darwin have done pretty well to hold it up. They dive over the footy. No one to bring it out. Stack of players get over the top of it. Umpire comes in. No free kick there.
Seconds left, Charlie. There has to be only seconds left. We haven't gone to 25 minutes in all the games that we've called so far.
Don't tell me Darwin are going to have their hearts broken again. That was a terrific smother down there, gathered in this time by Sean Wilson. Cabillo goes with a kick, got it to Erlinson. Erlinson has it about 70 metres out from goal. He's 2 kicks out. Oh, this is dangerous time for the Eagles. For Darwin, if they can take a mark, the Eagles down in the forward line. Big players fly, ball punched to ground. Gathered in this time by the Eagles. Kick around the body, goes out of bounds on the full. That's exactly what Darwin wanted. Now they can milk the clock.
And Shane Thorne, he was hovering around that 50-metre line by himself, and he's hit that pack with a lot of intention to kick the goal and unfortunately come up the side of the boot.
Well, they're not sure where to go here. They're going to go and just go really safely. Give it to Timothy Eldridge in the back pocket. He'll go with the handball, and they'll come away. That's the kick straight to Philip Wills. The ball took the mark and then lost it. Whistle has gone. Free kick here to Darwin. In defence, Philip Wills gets it. An umpire says he was tackled and was held with the footy. So Philip Wills, that great leader for Darwin, kicks upfield, under the ball, takes the mark, Moreland short of the wing. So Darwin know if they can just control this footy for the next half a minute, they're going to snatch this game.
It just highlights that Darwin haven't been in the position quite too many times because Moreland went to go back the other way to have his kick.
Yes, Mark taken on the wing. They're playing good footy here now. They give it to Jalen Clark. He makes out he's got a little bit of cramp. The umpire's not going to have anything of it. Standing on the mark is Keelan Fijo on the true wing. So he's invited to play on. Here's the kick down towards their half-forward line. Front position for the Eagles. Hard work. Siren goes. There it is. Darwin come away with an unbelievable victory. They promised so much for so long. Bob said to them there when he took them at half-time to the other side of the ground, worked the miracle. Well done, Mark Motlop. Well done, the Darwin Buffaloes.
Absolutely. What a set. Talk about him being able to push the that on that occasion, and the players responded beautifully. Unfortunately, there's a heavy body clash on the dying seconds of the game, and Moreland looks to be in a world of hurt with sports trainers attending to him. So hopefully he's okay, because he's certainly been a spark for the Darwin Buffaloes in the second half. Charlie, I'll give you the goal kickers, if that's okay.
Yep. I'll just repeat the score while you're looking at that. Then Darwin Buffaloes home after being down by 36 points at half-time with a miracle victory. 10-11 the Buffaloes have beaten the reigning Premiers Wanderers 10-9 by 2 points.
All right, and goal kickers for the Darwin Buffaloes. Robert Smith, Jeremy Watson, Philip Wills, Murray Little, Kalen Wilson, all with one each. Moreland, who is still on the ground at the moment, he kicked a couple. And Sean Wilson, who was the best player for me for the Darwin Buffaloes. He was there from the start and he was there at the end, and he ended up with 3 goals. Wanderers, Fijo, Simon Bates, Shane Thorne, Nathan Jakura, Joel Cabillo, Joshua Cabillo, Jonathan Miles, Christian Childs, 1 each, and Adam Cook with 2.
Jared Eilert with those comments. It was a terrific game of football. Eagles by 16 points at quarter time, 36 points at half time. They led by 20 points at three-quarter time. They were outscored 4 goals to 1 in the last quarter, and Darwin, in the shadows of the siren, kicked enough goals to get them across the line and come away with a miracle victory, as I said before. 10-11 the Buffaloes have beaten Wanderers 10-9. Just a final comment from you, Jared.
Yeah, look, and some of the better players, I think, from both teams. Darwin Buffalo, Sean Wilson, as I mentioned, best on ground for mine. Cam Stokes was brilliant in the second half and really led the way. Philip Wills and Jared, he really withheld some of the attacks by the Darwin Buffalo late in that quarter. He's Cabillo and Cook.
And with you, a terrific game of footy, wasn't it?
Thanks, Charlie, and thanks, Kieran, for the stats.
Kieran with the stats. But the final score here, if you're a Darwin supporter, you can celebrate tonight. They've got a win, and a good one for them. 10-11 the Buffaloes have beaten Wanderers 10-9. Bye for now from TIO Stadium in Darwin.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, Al.
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing.